That is a bold-faced lie.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't know if I would consider it a happy moment, but it was a moment, that's for sure.
I
Well,
felt
I
kind of
mean,
happy.
I consider Rooks' neutral moments as happy moments by definition.
It's true. It's just
That's
there's no
fair.
happy moments. There's just moments where I'm not really sad.
We grade Rooks' emotions on a curve.
Yeah, we had just finished talking with the Dryad and started making our way out.
Okay, yeah, and there was 750 gold pieces altogether.
Yeah.
You guys had just made it back to the beach.
The only thing that did not get as far as the list of goods that were in the chest was we did not identify what spell was on the scroll.
Or the purity bottle.
Or what a purity bottle is yet.
And
What Am's purity bottle?
and we know what the serpent owl figure is, because, of course,
Yeah, we
one of
went
us
and
looked
checked
it
that
up.
one, so.
But yeah, we have no idea of the purity bottle, no idea about the scroll.
Okay, so yeah, okay. Journal, there should be write up for a purity bottle.
Got it.
Let's see. It never empties.
Oh.
It's a never-emptying bottle.
Oh!
Of purify food and drink or poison curing, disease removing.
That's. Holy
Curing poison! That's...
crap.
So this is my bottle now.
Hell no.
Pry it off my cold, dead hands.
Brooks, I
Never
can't.
mind,
do
you will.
it.
Yeah, but you can also remove poison.
Brooks just looks down at his hands. Oh, they're gone.
Yeah, basically. Wow, that's.
And
I mean, but the thing to be clear, it's purifies food and drink. This won't turn salt water into fresh water.
Oh,
Wait.
oh, Josh,
Lehman-
I love you.
Lehman's secret chest.
Josh, I love you. God, yes.
After 60 days of 5% chance, the spell effect ends.
A cumulative 5% chance per day.
Ah!
So it only lasts for 2 months. And then you basically have to take the chest back.
Or just cast the spell again.
It's a scroll.
I know,
Yeah.
but
yeah,
funny
so
enough,
unless
that was. Sorry, Josh. What?
unless you have a spell yourself, yeah.
I was actually considering taking that spell.
It's 4th level. That's a long ways from now. Actually, is this a ritual?
Don't believe it is. The secret chest is a ritual spell.
No, it's not.
Dang it. Alright.
Yeah, I was just looking down the line, in case I actually live.
Well, hey, at least you know you're not going to get hit with friendly fire this game.
I don't know. Sage is still here.
Yeah, but he can make his darts miss.
Question is, will he?
He's gonna
Why
aim.
do you think that I would attack you?
I don't. I'm
well,
just
I'm
paranoid that everybody's trying to kill me.
Well, now I'm just picturing Sage is gonna aim for someone else and hit Rooks.
Alright. Okay. So that's everything we got. And
Gentlemen, we have a conundrum.
What is our conundrum?
Leaving.
We get the boat and leave.
You guys ran the boat aground on the beach out there, so
I mean, de-beaching a ship is not that difficult. It's a pain in the ass.
well, we'll see what your rolls determine.
All right, Rokes, get out and push.
I mean, you realize it's a 90-foot
Yeah.
and it's run aground.
Yep,
Yeah.
I remember. I built it.
Taking long enough, we could. I mean, it might take days, but if we came down to it, we could at least dig it back out. We could just dig a trench back up, get the water back to it.
Yeah. All right. Well, tell me, is this like a low tide, high tide location?
I think we're in a delta, so the tide is typically very, neutral.
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, that said, we have more than a few ways of making this work. Because... Let's see.
Why did we not just use an anchor again?
We couldn't.
We could have.
No, we couldn't. The water was still too rough.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. We're not being thrown around as if we're going to die, but if we had
But
left this
we're
thing
still in
anchored,
shock.
it would have been tossed and turned. We had to anchor it. If we had 4 anchors, it would have worked, but not with 1. Let's see.
So I assume you added to your list 3 more anchors.
Sure, you got another 4 months?
Well, I mean, we are going to be here for a while.
Nah. Besides,
On
I
that
can't.
note-
Besides, I can't. I've maxed out how much I can do to this ship without a shipyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that that building like anchors and stuff would have to be done at a shipyard.
Also,
I didn't say do it right now, I just
Yeah.
asked if you added it to your list of many things that you have to do.
all the GD would need to do is just build a giant immovable rod and just put it in the center.
Let's see. We could always. Do you think like the wind would be able to pull it a bit?
Out of character, that's what I was thinking. If we tilt the sails, we can just have it sort of lean it out a little. We can also just use water.
Like kind of build like a trench around the sandy beach.
Yeah. Because all
I
we
can
have to
see
do
that.
is lower it beneath the sea level, and then boom, it'll float itself out.
It'll take some time, but it's totally doable.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We have a crew,
That's
right?
nice. Yeah.
We have most of a crew, yes.
Close enough.
You have a crew -1.
Yeah, we have 7 out of 8.
Close
So we have-
enough.
So we have a cre.
No, if it's 7 out of 8, that would be more like a CRE and then half of the W. So
Yeah,
It's a crib.
We've
so
got
it's
a
still
crab.
pronounced crew.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
It's
We're
crew,
gonna
but
have
it's
a-
French.
We're gonna have a talk about your grammar teacher. But in the meantime, let's get this boat out.
Yeah, time to start digging.
Yeah.
All right. So get some sailors and get some shovels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are seasoned sailors. Beaching a ship is probably something they've done before.
Well, I think 2 of them were reasonably seasoned sailors.
And those are the ones that are still alive.
Yep. Then we have some green ones.
Oh, that'd be ironic if the Green Horde lived and the season guy died.
Oh, boy.
Just watch out who you put in a red shirt.
No
we're
red shirts. Everyone wears multiple colors.
No, they're all wearing those white shirts with half exposed chests.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, I love those.
Hey, DM. What's the surroundings behind the boat look like?
Yes. What do you mean behind the boat? Specify which side do you consider behind the boat?
Opposite of the shoreline.
Water?
Are you thinking of the crane?
Yes.
Are you thinking of well, tell me, how strong is the water current here?
It's not terribly strong. I mean, you
No,
guys came around to the inner side of the island, so
Oh,
pointed
Zucchini.
away from
Yeah.
panels.
Sorry.
So
Sorry. The Henry, the crane, Zucchini, the immovable rod.
Weight limit.
Ah, dang.
Yeah, 3,000 pounds.
yeah, the ship may weigh a little bit more than that.
But if we could use it out in the water with the crane to get enough leverage, we could just start pulling and pushing the boat back out into the water.
Yeah,
Pull
but
with the
that would
crane
be
and
more.
push with us.
It would definitely help. But yeah, no, if we can find like a rock that's out in the water, or just hell, the crane should just hit the seafloor. Just attach it to something. It should be able to pull us out.
Hell, it's worth a try, right?
Yeah, so we'll have the sailors working on the ditch, which should help alleviate, and then whew, trying to use an immovable rod as an immovable anchoring point.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Let's see. Yeah, no, let's try it. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Like, Zucchini doesn't think it's gonna work, but you know, science requires tests.
okay. Well, here. D20 roll.
Since Harriger isn't here, we'll have her do all the incredibly dangerous stuff.
Okay, 12.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, if we weren't in sand, my oil could help with this.
Yeah. Definitely helps. But you're probably gonna have to dig out some of the sand before it'll really.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Mm.
it helps with the ditching. It doesn't, but it won't do it on its own. That's what I
But
thought.
we gotta wiggle.
Okay. Well, that'd also be really good because that'll probably keep it from moving too far.
Yeah.
So yeah, so secure
mean,
that
it-
SOB.
It'll definitely cut down the amount you'll have to dig out. But other than that, it's not gonna pull it out of the sand quite.
Yep. So we get to digging.
Down and start digging with him.
Yeah. look at-
Okay,
Zucchini works
athletics
with his
check.
hands. It's like Zucchini's not good at athletics, but you know, fuck it, he has to do his own. He has to do his own stunts.
Yes!
Oh, where's
I
your
heard
bottle of
something.
luck now?
Gone, sir. Completely gone.
Of time that
Yeah,
the
we're all bad.
bottle uses.
Oy vey.
God.
Oh, of course, Herringer's the one with the positive strength score.
I have a positive strength score. It's not
Right.
trainers.
Someone roll for Harriger.
I'm going to just a second.
The first time her character sheet ever rolls anything.
Oh, she's done some rolls on.
Let's see. Look through all the gear that I have. Got acid. It's not gonna help.
I feel like that would result in badness.
I have 22 pints of oil. Not good on sand. Got chain, block and tackle, barrels, caltrips, ball bearings. Oh, damn, that's raw strength. Because she's got to be trained in athletics, right?
I don't think she is.
I don't think she is.
No, never mind then. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I totally just hit the wrong one. That's all right.
Same as anything.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because as long as you hit above a 10, you're doing all right. Unfortunately, Rooks isn't very much help, and therefore it takes you a little longer to dig this trench out than you had anticipated. 2 hours to dig out enough sand to be able to use the crane to of
Brooks, just to stop. You're putting sand back into our ditch. Just please stop.
Sorry,
it's like
sorry,
digging
Sage.
a hole and like throwing it in somebody else's.
Yeah. I'm not
Full
paying
stage.
it. You know, all the information I got, I'm just not paying attention to what I'm doing.
But honestly, 2 hours? That's honestly not bad.
No, that's pretty good.
Just go stand
Sand
over
and
there.
it's water. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to move a bunch of sand.
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, so we definitely get that, and we try to get back on the ship while it's still close to shore.
I imagine we tied a rope to ourselves.
Or we at least dropped anchor.
It's just like
Imagine
start
at some
getting
point in time.
dragged off by the ship. Ah!
I
Brooks,
imagine
no,
I was
that's
supposed to stop.
Brooks is just under the front of the boat.
But yeah. And we'll get the crew back on. Herringer will get back on mooring.
Yeah.
And now we gotta leave.
Yep.
Which, I did look at that.
Yes.
I'm sorry, DM, you're, like, coming in bursts.
Second.
Oh crap, I forgot. Our next plan was to go to the Lucidian coast.
What's wrong with the Obsidian Coast?
Going to Zephyra.
What's wrong with Zephyra?
It's quite possibly the strongest magic user on this planet is there, and Zakiti's going to go give her shit.
I don't know if that's a quite possibly.
I'm just kind of picturing that, like, it's just gonna be like, it's like Zakiti's gonna go give this person shit. All right, Zakiti, but you better drink your glass of milk first. Yes, of course. Drinks the milk, falls asleep.
Oh,
Is this any better, guys?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
coming
Why
through.
are we going to Zephyra again? Question mark.
Zakiti's research leads him to believe that he requires the aid of the Ashari
For what now?
for his
This
machine.
machine.
Zakiti just wants to go to a place that sounds like himself.
Ugh. That is where Zakiti's... he hesitates to use the word research, has been leading him to. Thus, Zakiti puts that as a destination. Out of character, I'd be perfectly fine going anywhere else if anyone else has got a quest.
Now, first we gotta get back to. First we gotta get to.
That's a good point. Let's get the hell out of the shearing channel first.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's get out of the channel and get to Drena.
yeah. Let's get out of the Murder Coast.
Yeah. Goes.
Well, if it takes all 22 pints of oil, I will use that to help us calm the waters. Zakiti doesn't give a rat's ass about ecological damage. Plus, I'm pretty sure this is whale oil anyway.
Oh God, you killed all the manatees, Zakiti.
They were inefficient.
So,
Damn it.
what is the plan? Which way out of the shearing channel are you going?
Oh, that's a good point.
You could technically go north if you really wanted to. You could technically go south if you wanted to.
Which does the coast naturally go?
You mean?
Let's see.
The natural flow of the channel, I believe.
Yeah.
Hmm, considered
That
that.
way.
The channel itself is really just kind of choppy in all which ways.
Oh, I know. It's two different ocean currents are hitting each other there. That's why.
That's probably
Like the Atlantic is to the north in the Salted Bluff, and the Pacific is down there south of Wildmount. That's why this place is ass.
well.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, and there's a ton of shearing rock in there too, so
That
it doesn't really help.
Which place are we definitely going to?
Well,
south to
I
Trina.
mean, you guys, um, yeah, you guys have no real place you are like expected or need to go, but you could go whichever way you want.
I mean,
So far, our only quest leads have been Rooks's.
All right, so how about we go south to that place that Kitty wants?
I'm okay with this.
I was going to say, Dawn Mist. If there was a port there, we could also try to go there through the north. I mean, we're still
land it
docking the ship either way, so visiting coast is easier, quote unquote.
Well, the only reason I brought up going back to Drina is because that's where our crew is from, and they don't want to come with us anywhere else.
Yeah, but they can get they're day players. They can get on a boat back.
That's actually probably that would explain why the seasoned sailors are in this big lake area. They got hired somewhere and they got brought up. And hell, we're paying them either way.
So as long as they're at a port, I'm sure they're not going to be busted up.
Well, if we want to go straight to Stilben, we could always just talk to them and see if that's okay with them, just to adjust our deal and hire them longer.
Let's do it.
I mean,
Let's see what they think about Stilven and try to go that way.
We're still we're paying them. We technically don't need their approval.
Yeah, we're not kidnapping 7 people.
Yeah.
This is not kidnapping. We are hiring them as a crew.
Yeah,
but if you're using not actually paying them as a justification to take them where they don't want to go, that's kidnapping.
No. The reverse. I was using it as an incentive.
Well, the thing is, we hired them to go up here. That's it.
Okay.
So we would have to
talk to
renegotiate.
them about renegotiate to hire them to stay as a crew for an indefinite period.
Well, first things first, let's get out of the channel.
Yeah, let's just get there, and we'll talk about hiring permanent crew when we get there.
Yeah. Once we get out of the channel and start heading south, then once we get to calmer waters, where we don't have to pay as much attention to everything, we can talk to the crew.
Yeah.
All right, so head south of the channel.
Right. And I will just keep using oil as long as it takes.
Until we're out of oil.
I will give you advantage on your roll. Since old Harriger isn't here, somebody's going to have to roll for the ship. It's a +5.
Hey, Skarn, you missed last week. Why don't you do it?
What is this roll that is being made?
Ship roll.
You're rolling for the skill of our crew.
Yeah.
You're essentially you're rolling
a crew roll.
of the crew.
Okay, a crew roll.
Yes.
Yeah, D20 plus 5.
Boop, boop. Oh, with advantage? Thanks for letting me know after the fact. There you go.
Nice.
Good.
Oil that Zakiti is continuously dumping into the ocean seems to help quite a bit. Crew seems to have learned a little bit of their lesson through sailing through the last time. About a day to get all the way out of the shearing channel without any.
Woot! Did I just use all of the oil?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Still very, very good use.
And I just need 2 more gold, and I can get twice that. Like, oil is really fucking cheap.
Josh, can you do me a favor and remind me of how long it's been since we left Drena? Because I know we're paying these guys what, daily, I think, or weekly. I have to remember.
Let's see here.
Was it like 8 gold a week?
Yeah, it was 8 gold a week per person.
That's really cheap.
Yeah.
It was per person, wow. Shit, I'm glad we made the money.
That's still really only like a gold per day. That's
I mean,
really cheap.
that's
Yeah,
this is coming out of mine, so
this has only been a week's travel, I forgot.
yeah.
But
I'm just curious for my own use.
From the river exit, it's about a week's travel to the shearing channel, and you guys spend about 2 days on the river, and the lake. So you're at about 10 days right now.
Alright.
We're probably looking at close to 3 weeks by the time we get back.
Now, are we going to discuss going to Lucine Coast and dropping them off, or...
Why do you want to just have to hire a whole new crew that we don't know,
Exactly.
haven't spent any time with?
Exactly.
Wouldn't you rather work with people you already know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why we want to negotiate.
Yeah, that's why we were having the discussion. Well, once we start getting up to calmer waters, I'll actually start asking around to see if anybody would be interested in staying on for a trip to Stilben.
Quick question. Did you recover the body? Former sailor?
I thought we did, because that's how we knew he died.
Yes, we did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah, no, I fished him off with the crane.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Do you plan on returning it back to his home?
Yeah.
I plan on doing whatever is protocol.
Burial at sea.
So
Tsukiji
we ask
does
the
not handle
sailors
burials.
what is correct protocol in this situation.
Sorry.
Being that you guys don't really know, guy, it's hard to say.
I would honestly like to go back to Drena, if for nothing else, to maybe find an next of kin.
I mean, if we do that, we're basically leaving the ship there.
I know, but my conscience is telling me to go do this.
Hey, they're not gonna... He's not getting any deader. We don't have to immediately go over there.
That means we could do the plan that
Technically,
I suggested.
it's called decomposition, and he will get deader.
Look, this is the medieval period. He is juicy already.
Look, this is the medieval period with magic where
Yeah.
you can preserve the body magically for extended periods of time. It's the
Fine.
cleric.
Fine, Henry will go dress his body and make it pretty.
Acting like
Which is
you don't
probably
spell
something he
lists.
should be doing.
Yeah.
So what the hell happened to this guy anyways, while I apparently wasn't here?
He fell on a rock and it stabbed through his torso.
Yeah. We ended up with man overboard.
Yeah,
Twice
You
you
got
had
killed.
man overboard.
Yeah, we had two
Twice
men
you had... Yeah. The struggle of a time getting up through the shearing channel the first time, it's actually rolling very well. And the first time you had Harriger go overboard, Rooks jumped in to save her, right?
Yeah.
And then the second time was itself and rolled extremely terrible with a natural one and took ship damage. Which, by the way, your guys' ship is still damaged. You might want to remember that as well.
Yeah. Again, the reason why I need a shipyard. Like, we're still functional. Like, we're not in critical condition
Yeah,
by any stretch.
yeah, you're functional, but yeah.
For the damage.
You still have to bail water out every couple hours. It's not catastrophic, but it's in need of repairs for sure. I still have 12 points of damage to the ship still.
Ooh. Alright. So we're going back to Drennan?
Yeah, I mean that's honestly my vote.
Alright, very well. But yeah,
Alright.
we can then loan the boat out, or I guess rent the boat out for it as a fishing vessel. That might bring us some income.
We could do that and then hoof it to Stillman too.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just go to Tersfields to Westrun and then back.
Let's go ahead and get to Drenna then.
That, or maybe we can
Well,
charter
right
a
there.
boat to the Stillbend. Like
Yeah.
normal people.
No. We only have so much money.
Yeah.
We got $750.
Just
Which
because
we should
could.
save for things.
Just because we can doesn't
considering-
mean we.
Those are party funds. And we
Technically,
can
it's
just
Rook's
walk.
allowance.
No, it's party funds.
Mm.
I still like the idea of Sage being like, no, you should save money.
Hey,
Because some of that is mine.
So yeah, alright, so we're going north?
South back
south.
down to Drenna.
Alright, let's go to Drenna.
If you're really worried about saving time, we could always just forget the roads and just huff it straight across to Zephyra from Drenna.
do any of us know that area?
Which area?
This empty space
Particularly.
between Drennan to Zephyra, because I'm looking at this mountain range like, yeah, I think you need a guide there, boy.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to
Midwestern
have somebody.
I mean,
Yeah. You guys don't really know that particular area. Most of you come parts of Whitestone or Iman. So, yeah, I don't think you guys wouldn't even where to go to get to Zephyra, other than you've heard of in passing and stuff, but nobody's tried looking for where Zephyra is or
Yeah.
researching where it is. I mean, you guys have no idea where it is. You just know of it.
I know somebody we can ask. But it's going back to Whitestone.
Okay,
We're
let's-
actually front the audience
to
with
dignify
Vexalia.
that with a response.
let's just hover it to Stillbend.
Yeah, let's just go to Stillman.
Let's get this guy
Yep.
buried. Let's rent out the ship, and we'll just hoof it to Tersfields to Westrun to still. Wait, hold on. Is Westrun's where that asshole is?
Some people in Western might know what's going on.
The black mask. Black mask.
No.
Blackheart.
Black Mask, you mean Henry's dad?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Blackheart
Oh no, that was
is in
Kaimal.
Kaimal.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was-
yeah, no, Westrun's fine.
You know he's in Kaimal, I should say.
Might get
You
this.
obviously have seen him outside of Iman as well. So,
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's not like he's tied to Kaimal necessarily.
did
It's also not like we have business with him anymore.
exactly.
We just didn't want to run into him.
Yeah,
He's got a big rope in Kaimel.
because I'm only guessing we had to flash that coin more than like 3 or 4 times getting here.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any problems with him anymore. And if we do, we'll deal with that when we deal with it.
Yeah.
If we had to flash the coin that many times, I would have made suggestion that we speak to people in charge of the roads and get more guards out on them.
We did. Zakita gave them shit.
Look, I'm pretty sure that if we have to flash that coin 3 or 4 times just going down a path, at some point, Blackheart just becomes king. Like, it becomes a royal sigil at that point.
Yeah, get the impression that most of his people work from around the Kymel area. Like, over here where Western is, in this whole area, like by Whitestone, that's all pretty well taken care of by actual the Silvercut Guard patrols the paths and stuff. It's pretty well patrolled. You won't find or anything like that over there. So
He's not ruler of the Thief Empire yet.
He's not king of the pirates.
well, I mean,
He's still a big deal.
Empire technically yes, because
But I
he
mean,
he
not
runs
the
all of the Myriad. But no, he doesn't rule the entire world.
not. I meant in not the continent spanning, like so big thieves guild that there are 80 bajillion thieves on every road.
Like,
Still
Yeah.
a believably sized operation that
Like-
centered on a couple cities.
like, let's put it this way. Okay, if he has that many thieves at that point, he just becomes the government, and there's just that. We'll say this guy's like Al
become
Capone.
everything you hate.
Like, it's just a tax at that point. Now, as for this guy, I'm pretty sure he's just like Al Capone size.
In any case, we're worrying
burning
about next
daylight.
month when we
Let's
haven't figured
go-
out tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll go there. If he shows up, who gives a shit?
Put this man in a box, pay the rest of them,
Yep.
somebody who can talk, rent out the ship, and then let's head out.
Yeah. Step one, Drenna. So let's
got
just
the
get
box.
this shit back to Drenna.
Okay, how do you plan on getting to Drenna?
See, I was hoping we were just going to gloss past that, because Sakiti remembers why we can't.
Oh yeah, the channel.
Ziki, please refresh why you can't just get back to Drenna.
Because there was a fucking waterfall.
Yeah.
It's a series of waterfalls about them tall
Oh.
that you guys took your ship down that not gonna be an easy thing to get back up.
Let's go to Stilben.
Yeah. It's like we're going to Stilben.
Yeah, like
We're going to
I
Stilben.
presume the crew would have brought this up. At least the seasoned ones. So yeah, so we'll give them some travel money.
I had honestly.
They're sailors. They're not gonna have any problem traveling.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Everything will be okay. They wouldn't have agreed to it if going back to Drenna was like a big selling point there.
This is like feeling bad for a trucker for having to drive across the country. So yeah, Stilben.
Giving them extra travel money to transport a body back to Drenna is not like a terrible thing.
Okay, yeah.
No, it's not. And
That
I
is
planned
an
on it.
extra job that they had not planned on doing.
Yeah,
All right, so
I had already
hey,
planned
Mick.
on that.
Yeah.
I'll concede.
So embalm the body.
Henry embalms the body. He does a very fantastic job.
Why don't you just cast Gentle Repose?
Because he's Henry.
Because he only has 5 spells on his character sheet.
Well, not only that, but if gentle repose isn't going to last after we then body.
Yeah, it only lasts a week,
I think
right?
it lasts for either a week to 10 days.
Yeah, that's going to be just in time for them to look at him and it to fall off and him turn into the guy from Indiana Jones.
Well,
Following
no,
the road from
it
Stilben
doesn't.
to Drenna, that's gonna.
It
longer
stops
than days.
decay. It's not like it. It's not like it pauses it.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't
Damn, are you
played
saying
a
something?
duration 10 days.
DM?
What's that?
I mean, there's-
your mic was flashing. I didn't know if you were saying something.
Like, I mean, it doesn't matter. He's still going to be dead. So yeah, and if he has that ability, he'll use it. So, yeah, prepare the body.
Can anyone else hear him, or is it just me?
I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah.
He's
Saying
not
anything.
saying anything.
Oh yeah. The mic keeps flashing. I'm just like, what? 'Cause
It's probably picking up the sound from the my fan,
Yeah.
but not giving any sound with it.
Oh, that's nice. Right. Just like
So yeah, so prepare the body and sail to Stillben.
Okay, sailing to Steelbin takes quite a time.
hey, it's another week.
It's about 9 days. You're at with that.
Let's see.
So altogether, it's a 4-week trip for them. It's a month. Oh, good lord! It's been a month.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a season.
Yay!
Why do you sound so surprised and disappointed?
Because it's Zakiti.
I'm imagining that Rooks and Henry have had a budding relationship.
Is budding another word for stabbing or creeping?
Oh, I mean, like, you can have creepy friends.
Rhea is definitely just creepy red.
We get to Stillben.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at some things here. As far as some notes, Steelbin.
Oh, sorry, Josh. Random question, but it just popped in here. That +1 shield that we found, did it have any special ornamentation?
No. As a matter of fact, the +1 shield.
Oh, Zakiti would make a mention that his identify cannot detect curses. In case it is relevant.
It is in your journal now because I don't know who wants it. What else was there?
Well, the shield goes to Henry because you can use it. None of us can.
I assume that Rooks is holding on to the serpentine owl figurine.
Yeah, actually, for the sake of brevity, everything that you listed that we found in that chest just went in the bag of holding, and I have it.
Okay. I'm just gonna put them in that, and then the rest was what healing potions and gems and coins, right?
Right.
Yes.
4 potions, some gems, that bottle, the scroll, serpentine owl figurine, those 2 gold bracelets with which I have on.
Yes. There's nothing magical about them. They're just 2 gold bracelets. So.
Right. It's just Rook's
Yeah.
Wunderbar.
Okay. So the items should be in the journal for everybody now.
Yeah, that owl. It's like,
Does the owl have an name on it?
oh wait, it's 8,000 pounds. I thought it was 30, or I thought it was 3.
Maybe this is a better bag of holding.
No, the movable rod.
Oh.
I might actually have been able to move the ship. Alright, never mind. Alright. So, I presume we make it to Stillben without much, altercation?
Yeah, sorry. Guys can make it to Stillben after bartering with the ship's crew. They will be happy to take the body back to Drina. You guys, So let's see. Is it 9? You guys owe them currently for days of travel, of work on the ship.
Well, come on, Rooks, pay them.
Wait, how much
It's
do we
already
owe?
taken out.
What's that?
How much do we owe them?
Well, you guys paid them half up front. We're planning on pay the other half upon return. So
Zagiti's not good at keeping track of money, so this.
Well, it was 8 gold a week per sailor.
Yeah.
Or no, yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we only have 7 now.
I'm still paying them for 8.
Then we're not. If you're still paying them for 8, then that's their extra money to take him back to Drinna.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's the money for the next of kin.
Right, so that's all set up. We get to Stillman and. Oh boy.
It was about a month, so 256 gold is the total.
Oh. Is that just the half, or is that the whole?
That's the whole.
that is the whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to
That
say
is the
that.
whole.
You still owe them what, 118?
128.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm paying.
That's still not bad.
Yeah, they're very happy to be ashore. You can tell the greenhorns are, from the experience in the shearing channel, you know that they've been for a long time fishermen.
Yeah.
So none of the current ship's crew to stay on board.
What was that?
None of the current ship's crew want to stay on board. If you guys do anything else with the ship, then you're probably going to have to find a new set of crew, because they all are returning to, instead of chasing crazy ocean voyages and stuff.
We're gonna have to find Mad Jack McMad to crew next time.
Oh, we'll just find people from a port city, like actual sea sailors.
Like Stillman.
I mean, we're going to Stillman, so. Or, if we want to, some of us have discussed before the idea of just we go back and sell the boat to recoup expenses.
We're not selling this boat.
Zagiti has no love for the boat.
Just throwing that out there as an option.
The player wants to keep the boat. Zagiti
Yeah.
doesn't care less.
This, I feel like having our own boat would be a silly thing to get rid of.
True. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's an option.
That's
I mean,
why
it's a hell of a profit, being that you paid what, a total of like for a ship that's worth about 20,000. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
we paid 100 up front, and then we dropped another 100 plus on supplies to fix it, and then more to crew it.
I think
Getting rid of a mobile home,
Fortress.
as it were, isn't very, like, we have no ties to stay on land.
True.
Yet. Like, up until there's a reason for us to not have a boat, I say we keep a boat.
This is why Zagiti suggested renting it.
I vote for that as well. I'm just throwing out options.
I would advise against renting the boat because
It will come back damaged.
no, it won't come back.
That too.
Yeah, let me just rent this boat. Oh, now I'm a pirate now.
We'll have to see how much docking fees are in Stillman.
This is why Zagiti does not deal with people. He prefers machines. You can beat them into submission.
So yeah, so let's just go into Stelvin and have a little fun.
Just make sure the machine isn't sentient first.
How else would it submit?
By being not. You know what? Too many questions. All right.
Thank you for that, Scarn. Alright. So yeah, I guess we'll park it for now. I presume we have to pay to dock it.
I imagine we'll dock it. I think parking's what we did earlier.
Okay, you're not wrong.
It's just in a Walmart parking lot.
You guys are too good today. That's hilarious.
How much money do we even have, Mr. Accountant?
Well, actually, the bag of holding contains 25 platinum pieces, 192 gold. That's I basically subtracted the amount that their pay came out of my share. We had more gold, but now we're down to 192.
I did the calculation of all the coins. It was 750 gold pieces collectively.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do that?
And then,
How much platinum pieces did you say?
I had 25.
That sounded like a triple.
Did I mishear you, or?
No. I misheard you. I thought you said 250, and I was
No.
No.
We're not filthy sticky rich.
That's a brick of
Giving you
platinum.
that kind of money? I'm not
Inflation.
Sorry.
Oh, that's our Monopoly fund.
Yeah, don't get
Monopoly
me wrong. We're
fund.
not hurting for cash.
Uh,
We're not rolling in it, but we're not poor.
Alright. So yeah, so we should probably pay. Ugh.
Henry, would you want the shield?
Yes. No, I take the shield.
All right, I'm gonna take that out of my bag of holding. If you want to go ahead and put it on your character sheet, +1 shield.
Alright, but you don't have Warcaster, right?
What?
You don't have Warcaster?
Not yet.
Alright. So remember, you gotta have a free hand to cast.
He does
Yes, I know.
cast spells more than weapon attack,
Yeah.
so it's just shield and then holy symbol in other hand.
Totally true.
Yep. I've got my holy stick and my holy shield.
And your 5-foot tall scythe.
Henry's 6'4", so that's probably not the scariest thing about him.
It's really not.
Looming bastard.
I'm 6'2". You're not that much better than me.
It's still 2 inches over you. And he hovers when he
We
looms.
can compare dick sizes later. Let's dock the boat.
Alright, let's dock the boat and let's go have some fun.
Okay, so as you're approaching Stilben, the first thing you notice is the stench.
What?
The stench. Stilben is the edge of the Keetwal swamp. Many sailors also refer to Stilben as the rotted lot. Horribly.
Oh. The picture for the battle map is fuzzy, so I thought that whole gray area was city. I thought this was a big fucking city.
Nah, man, Stilben is where they started out, in the swamp.
Okay, so Stilben, small city, population 9,015-ish. Mostly human, some elf, some halfling, some half-elf, and a little bit of others.
Okay.
A swamp town on the water.
I thought we were going to New York. It turns out we're going to New Jersey.
Yeah, marsh water and sulfur kind of mingles with the humidity. It's nasty. Insects are just like everywhere. the largest port city on this side of the continent. I mean, it does deal with a lot of the imports and exports from and of Wildmount to Tal'dorei itself. I mean, you do get a lot of it's a waypoint. People try to get there and get out of there as fast as possible, so unfortunately take you quite a while to actually dock, as there are tons of ships in the area, and you have to kind of wait and find your own where you might be able to pull in for docking. There's a what do they call those guys? Like kind of like an assistant to a dock master, who's out there in a rowboat, like docking slips and stuff like that.
Like a wharf foreman?
Harborman?
A harborman, there we go. Yeah, so I mean, it takes you guys a few hours just to get docked, but you can get docked. And then it's up to you guys how the rest plays out.
Well, Zagiti's gonna make a conscious effort to like bug repellent, just anything that gets close. I'm just turning up the temperature real quick.
Meanwhile, Henry's just standing over there. I don't see a problem.
All right. So...
Henry with his mask on.
Henry with his mask and incense and full body leather.
Also,
wanted to get out and see the world.
Badger had me realize something. Zakiti wears a cloth mask over his face. So all of us have a mask except Rooks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't know what you're talking about. Hang on, let me cast off yourself.
Harriger doesn't have a mask.
You're right, Harriger doesn't wear a mask.
Well, her skin is technically a mask.
Well, that's literally everything that has a face.
My skin mask.
So everybody has a mask. Oh,
everybody has a mask on, but they can just smell everything just fine.
I think technically Harriger's the one without a mask, since I can disguise myself.
It doesn't count unless you put a mask on, because it's just magic.
Look, we'll discuss our incredibly shady party later.
This is not the shadiest party I have ever been a part of.
No.
Everyone's wearing a mask. We look like we're about to do a robbery, and
except for all mostly decent folk that are kind of good.
Kind of.
No. We look like a really low-grade superhero troupe.
Actually, yeah, we do, don't we?
So, a D&D group.
Oh,
yeah.
crap,
So,
I'm a normal guy.
Well, you got me there. So, what is there to do in town here?
Look for someone who knows how to get to Zephyr.
All right.
Right.
So let's go to a bar and try to do this.
Should we pay to make sure the ship is, docked?
Yeah.
Extended
first,
periods.
You might want to talk to the dock master about paying the docking fees.
Oh, I'm
those are going to stack
check
up
in with the
real
harbor
fast.
master. Yeah, sorry. I'm checking in with the harbor master.
Yeah, because we had to wait in line to get here. We're going to have to pay premium to stay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go looking for the harbor master. Well, more if he comes looking for you.
Yeah,
It's
like
this,
as we're tying the boat in, I assume he's like, "Hello, would you like to give me money?"
What kind of quick
Yeah, he is not like that at all. He's a short, dwarf, curled mustache that looks like it's greased.
Oh.
Black, pure black, and a little bit of gray salted in there. He comes stumbling up. Just, you could tell this guy's like, probably. And he says, "All right, want some money for your stay here. How long is this ship going to be on my dock?
Let's see.
How long should we tell him, Rooks?
Well, let's go ahead and say 2 days for now, just to go ahead and figure out how we're going to take care of this.
Well, it does need to be repaired.
That too.
That will take Zagiti some time.
I'll lean over to the harbor master and ask him how long it would take to repair the hull damage and describe it to him.
Zagiti is standing right here.
Yes, he is. And he's standing
Harbor Master says, hull repair. Weeks to fix that much damage. That was a pretty nasty shot you took.
Yeah, we made friends with the Shearing Channel for a little bit.
Shearing Channel? What are you guys, fools?
Well, yeah, but we made it back, didn't we?
Seeing as how a boat Sakiti built with his bare hands made it out with only a single hole, Sakiti believes that this is the best friendship we've ever had. We have put more holes into that man than we have anything else.
He says, yeah. A hull repair? Well, I can command a good crew to do the work if you like.
Well, you seem like a reputable harbor master. So I'll trust your repair knowledge.
Laughs at that. Ha 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 ha. Yes. On that, total cost for your repair is probably going to be about 100 gold.
Trust is fading.
And what about to be docked here for the 2 weeks you said it would take?
Well, it's about 5 silver per day. Days.
So 7 gold?
Yeah, that's about right.
I mean,
I'll count 7 gold out of my side pouch. Here you go, sir.
I mean, again, Zagiti with the proper facilities can repair the ship.
You'll probably have to pay for access to those facilities, though.
Yeah, this is one of those things.
And
Fine, Zagiti will build a shipyard.
no, Zagiti, we don't have
Zagiti.
that much time. We need you to come. If Zephyr is your place, we're not going there if you're going to stay here for 2 weeks and repair the ship alone.
Zagiti is hesitant leaving the repair of something that he made into others' hands.
We're gonna figure it out. We don't have to decide anything right now, guys. We're just docking a boat.
Alright.
Let's just find the location of these Ashari. Zagiti says with disdain. And he said that.
Say what?
Shari.
Are you asking the harbor master?
No, he was just saying that out loud, just because.
Yeah, we were just having a passing conversation.
Zagiti can't talk in his head. He has to talk out. Alright. Yeah. So let's pay him and let's go into town and ask.
Yeah, he'll happily take your money, and he starts arranging for the repairs to the ship.
Alright.
I'll hold off on that repair crew for a day. I want to talk to my engineer first.
Okay.
That's a good call. Also,
I'll go ahead and pay him right now though for the 2 weeks docking. So I hand him 7 gold.
Happy to do business with you. And storms off rather quickly, as you can imagine. He's
Got a lot to do.
judging by how long you had to wait to get in the dock.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as Zagiti can leave this place, the better.
So what are you guys doing? Are you
probably get room and board, and a
Room and board.
and a good meal.
Yep.
Well,
So
I want to gather up our crew first. Well, you guys, if you guys want to go ahead, I'll catch up in a minute. I just want to gather up the crew and talk to them, pay them their due.
me and Zakiti will find a room and board.
Appreciate that.
This cannot go wrong.
No, it cannot.
Off with us.
So you guys are looking for an inn to stay in, possibly?
Yes.
Yes.
So I assume you find somebody off dockside that recommend a place to you.
Preferably one without lice.
Excuse me. He will. You'll find somebody that'll give you some options. For the dirt is cheap kind of thing you can get. He's gonna recommend the Iron Cask, and then also the Wandering Hound is a little bit better. It's a little bit farther into the city than the docks, so it doesn't have as much of the stuff. And then if you really want high end, there's a place called the Jade Serpent. Kind of in the high quarter area of where some of the more and city officials and stuff like that would be kind of in that area.
Edie suggests we let the Jade Serpent guide us.
Very well.
Damn it, none of us play WoW. That would...
I got it. And I am currently playing WoW.
Alright, kick show in the balls.
I get bored with games like that way too easily.
Yeah, I can't do them either.
Like, better with
I
friends.
played WoW for about a month and was like, okay, I made it to max level.
Yeah. It's the social thing for me. I have friends to play, so
And
if it
just
wasn't
kind
for
of
that, I
quit
would.
after that.
I became a bot for a guild.
God.
So you head to Serpent. Do you guys talk with your former crew at all before?
Sagiti doesn't.
I give them a thankful goodbye and give them medical tips to avoid scurvy.
Yeah, I was sending those two. I don't know if Sage wanted to stay with me or go with them, but I was asking Zakiti and Henry to go find lodging for us, and then I don't know what Harriger wants to do either, but I was going to stick behind with the crew and settle up with them.
Okay.
I'm going to go look for guides.
All right.
Sage, was that to me?
Yes,
Okay.
I was trying to nab money from your purse.
Just look down.
What
Do
money?
you need some money, Sage?
Negotiating money.
Okay. How much do you need, man?
Is all your money in your bag of holding now?
Not all of it. No, I have some in a coin purse on the side.
Okay.
Yeah, I have like the everyday spending money in a coin purse on the side, and then like the unholy trinity of massive loot is in the bag.
25.
Okay. Fine.
A little black coin purse.
Thank you.
Stick my hand in the bag of holding. 25 gold. Boop, there you go.
I go off looking for Sherpas.
Sure does. Okay. And Rooks, you're hanging back with the ship to try and talk to this repair crew that's coming up.
Oh no, I was talking
The
to
crew.
Yeah, our crew. Yeah, our boat crew.
Yeah. Paying them and giving our respects and sending them off.
Right.
Okay. you and the crew are walking off of, I should ask, who's still there? Did Henry and Zakiti leave?
I imagine we did.
Okay. That's still at the ship, or is Sage there too?
I think Sage went for Sherpas.
I just took the money from him, so if something immediately happens, then I'm still there.
Yeah. So as you're gathering money from him, and you guys are kind of Rooks is kind of handing out money to all the ship's crew and stuff, and the ship's crew that you have stops one of the people on the docks, asks if they've heard of anything from Drenna or anything like that, and basically turns to him and says, "Man, I'm sorry, but Drenna's gone, dude."
Pardon?
I'm sorry, what?
Excuse
Zagiti didn't
you.
do it. He did not do it.
You're not even there. Shush.
He says, "Yeah, man, some raiders came in through there like 5 days ago. That town clean, man. They're all dead. Pretty much everything's been taken. As far as I know, the Silvercut Guard's investigating still, but there ain't nothing been turned up."
Oh, Rook just gets a sick feeling in his stomach. Oh man.
You know have there been any more reports, or is it just, oh, Drenna's gone, or is this like, were there sightings of these raiders?
So far, I mean, we haven't gotten much information. The Silvercut Guard's up there investigating and stuff, but from the little bit of reports that we've seen or heard from it, killed by some people. It definitely was people because it was Blades that did all the killing. Man, they were some depraved folk too. They hung all the children in the trees. Yeah, it was a pretty bad sight up there.
Fuck.
Well,
It's like, just walks
Oh
away.
man, that's a lot. Okay,
That sucks.
I just look back to the crew that we that just hired from there. Said, is there anything I can help?
Really say anything. Some of them you can tell are obviously in shock. You can tell some of them family there and are in like tears and rage kind of a thing.
I'll go find the two knuckleheads.
So yeah.
I deboat and I go to find Zakiti and Henry because this information might change plans.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, thanks, Sage.
Okay, so we will cut to Sage. You knew they were headed to the Jade Serpent, and you get third. And I assume you're probably going at a rather quick pace.
If I'm
Um,
hurrying, this is what I do. I will constantly be using light step. Aha.
Run, run.
Okay, and it doesn't take you long to catch up to them. Like, I mean, it real quick.
Yeah.
So you catch up to them.
Hey, you two.
Hello there, Sage.
Just cocks an eyebrow.
Have you come to look at the area?
No. Distressing news from Drenna. It's gone.
So what's going on?
Distressing news from Drenna. It's gone.
The entire city of Drenna is gone?
Reports from folk at the docks when our crew asked about it. Raiders apparently took the whole town.
Oh dear.
So Kiti is waiting for the part where we should care. Unless we're going to have to pay the sailors more money to find a new place. So Kiti thinks we're giving them too much as it is.
Shut up, Zakiti.
I hit Zakiti with my hat.
They didn't just destroy the town. They didn't just take everything. They killed everyone, and even the children.
That is how you destroy a town, yes.
Again,
I hit
Shut up.
Zakiti again.
Kiti is not afraid to open fire.
Yeah, and that's why Zakiti has less teeth than most people.
The teeth are immaculate. But then again, he gargles fluoride.
We should reconvene as a group and discuss.
Fine,
I feel
we'll
like
get
this
around.
might shift priorities. I wanted to catch you two before you made any long-term arrangements.
Very well.
We have
We
not
shall
even
follow
made
Sage.
arrangements.
We'll follow Sage back.
Zakiti can see the place from here. Granted, he has a scope, but Zakiti can see it.
All right, well, Zakiti, you go make plans. I will follow Sage back.
Fine. I will take the 10 gold and I will go to the Jade Serp. Oh, good lord, you're leaving Zakiti alone!
Yes.
This is gonna go well. Let's
For
do
an
that real
inn that you're going to pay for that we might not use. Good job.
We'll use it for at least
I
one
mean,
night.
we made it clear that we're getting the room.
Okay, so you show up at the Jade Serpent. Very obviously, real life terms, Asian styled inn, and rather well dark green kind of colored building, and there is a statue of old serpent, like style dragon, across the top of the building. I'm guessing is probably not gold. Is probably just like
Oh, of
a
course.
paint,
Gold does not last.
or like something of that nature.
Alright. Oh,
You
Zakiti
show
will
up
enter.
at the front. Zakiti, you enter.
Yeah.
Very nice looking place. The floors are actually like slatted wood, so nice, highly polished hardwood flooring. Most of the interior is decorated with plant life of sorts and
Alright. Zakiti
like cultural paintings and things like that.
Oh, yeah. Zakiti just makes note that they actually took the time to even things out, which he does not admire, but he appreciates. By which I mean he doesn't make a mean comment about it. He will find whoever looks to be in charge.
The young human woman at the front desk, right as you walk in, And how may I help you?
Zakiti is looking for accommodations for 5 humanoids.
Very specific. Okay. 5 rooms.
What are your prices for rooms?
It'll be 3 gold per night.
Very well. What are your facilities like?
Well, we do provide baths, and we do provide meals. Beyond that, you may have a drink at the bar if you like, but those cost extra. I don't know. Is there anything else in particular that you're looking for?
Nope, you've given Zakiti all he needs to know. He'll return with the rest of the humanoids. Spins on his heels 180 and walks out because he ain't paying that shit.
Okay.
Zakiti's not a penny pitcher, but fuck, he's not paying that. Yeah. I guess I'll go find everyone else.
Okay. So, as Sage and Henry are returning to the docks, like the crew that you had hired from Drina, they're all sitting around on like crates on the dockside or whatever's just laying about, and they're all passing around like a bottle of whiskey, having drinks, and it is like dead quiet.
Josh, I go back in the ship and get the bottle of Idar Zin.
Okay.
Gather around, boys. We're gonna have a toast.
I resume. I come back to see everyone just getting sloshed.
It's not that big of a toast.
No, I'm just pouring it.
Yeah, maybe not for you guys, but the sailors you have hired, pretty close to it. The bottle of whiskey went pretty quick.
Damn.
Yeah. They looked pretty hard.
Yeah,
So wait, it's empty?
I'm okay with this.
It's empty?
Probably literally took them 2 rounds of passing it around a circle of 7 guys to finish that bottle of whiskey.
So
The
this
Edar Zin, they don't like straight chug it like they have been the whiskey.
Yeah.
Expect they understand what that is. There's some of the Edar Zin left still. I mean, you're down to like a half a bottle or so.
Oh.
But yeah, they polished off the bottle of whiskey that they had for themselves, and
Yeah, I passed that around so everybody could have a drink, including me. Just pour a drink of the Idar Zin for everybody, and just to Drina.
yeah, you hear like some mumbles from the crew of Tadrina, but it's very
Half.
it's not very heartfelt at all, really. It's
This might have been too soon, Rogues.
Too soon for what?
Not to see them again.
I will pull the party away from the poor homeless sailors, because there is important talks that need to be had involving
Right.
things.
I mean, if they are sailors, their home is the sea, so technically they can never be homeless.
No, they were fishermen who lived on a lake, and their home has been destroyed. Anyways, I feel like this might shift our priorities a little.
Yeah.
Why? We're never going to go back there.
I kind of want to.
Zakiti, there's a band of raiders moving around that are able to destroy a reputable and well-known town. It's not like, oh, they destroyed this place no one's ever heard of, that's not on a map. No, they destroyed a well-known fishing city that's on every map.
Yeah.
What do we know about the Raiders?
Nothing, as
That
far
they
as the quick kind of gathering I've tried to do, but nothing.
So, and he just does the rolling of the hands thing, waiting for the next line.
We gather information, and we have to go there to gather information. But try to find reports here, try to find reports closer.
So Gidi would like to take the conversation and highlight the have and to with a question mark. Last time Zagiti checked, there is already individuals whose mission is to protect these roads, which Zagiti will lament by saying they are even more incompetent than he first thought. And then second thought.
Yeah, and maybe if the job's to protect the roads, I doubt the raiders are actually camping on the roads. And as
So
we've
the
known, they're
roads.
quite stupidly specific.
Zagiti will agree with that. So how is this our problem?
Well, if we stay at a town,
You know what, Zakiti? If you don't want it to be your problem, it cannot be your problem. But if I feel that from the rest of us, we're making it our problem. So
I had patience in Drenna.
Fine. I suppose Zagiti cannot allow some ignorant band of bestial humanoids to roam around so long as Zakiti's trying to build his machine. It's only going to slow him down. Zagiti will submit that this should be a problem that he can solve.
thank you.
Begrudgingly.
Whatever. I would like to ask the Drinnans, our fine crew, if they had heard anything before we left about, weird reports outside of town in the wilderness or whatever.
They don't have any information as far as that goes. They're going to tell you essentially that when there was anybody doing anything like that around
Hello?
Drenna, they probably would have never left. Few of them having families that are there that are assumed dead at this point. Yeah, there was no indication that this was going to happen.
What do we know of this? Zakiti wonders. He said that out loud.
Very sorry for all of your losses. I'm going to go around town seeing if anyone knows anything anywhere.
I'm going to ask more details about the Raiders myself as well.
Well, this is Zakiti's
Okay.
problem. He needs to do the research on this.
Anybody who would like to start looking around can investigation check.
Ew. Thanks for helping, Henry.
They're more scared
Okay.
of him.
Sage, it has been reports of the information. You talked to some of the city guard and stuff. The information that you can uncover here is they know that it took place about 5 days ago. The reports came into this particular city about 2 days ago. So they don't have a whole lot of information. Silvercut Guard is investigating. There's currently a group of the Silvercut Guard as part of that investigation. You know that is sending reinforcements to the town to end, and there are going out across pretty much all of Tal'dorei asking for volunteers to help, being that large portion of food supply to this side of the continent being cut off for a long period of time is going to start majorly affecting the rest of the continent. So you know that volunteers have been called for, sending more guard. So this Silvercut Guard is currently doing some investigation there, requesting aid from Iman, but that could take days to get there. Generally, all the information you can get until there's more information as to investigation the Silvercut Guard is doing. There's not really going to be much more information until that information actually gets developed.
I have a weird question. What did we ever do with the mules in the cart?
We put them on the boat.
Okay. So I feel less bad now.
I would assume, yeah, you could easily get them onto the ship. So
I mean,
pinnacle of morality there, my friend.
True neutral.
It's only because it was his stuff.
Oh my god, everyone in Dren has been killed. The horses!
But, oh no, Zagiti does not care about the material though. Zagiti cares that it'll be faster to get there.
Yeah.
Because Zagiti has zero faith in those steel-clad simpletons. Also, Zagiti would like to postulate on what we know. Completely decimating a food source, raiding it to the ground. So these are not conquerors. These are raiders. Yet they leave warnings of children within trees, so scare tactics. And they were able to siege within 5 days. Zagiti believes that wherever they came from must have been fairly close to Drennan. They would not have used the roadways, as that would have left far too much of a clue. So, Zagiti believes that they can only be within the Parchment Woods, the Timberlands, possibly somewhere upon the Lucidian coast, though that is unlikely as they would have still been first, or right here in the center of this area, away from all of the major roadways, away from everything in no man's land, with the possibility of using the local mountainous area as cover.
It did occur to me, it's a long shot, but we could still look into Zephyra and see if they, being powerful druid folk, have any knowledge that might assist in the investigation.
They are very anal-retentive against the forts, so, should these raiders exist, they must decimate quite a lot of farmland, as well as forests. Zagiti can only imagine that from a certain vantage point you should be able to see them from such a distance. After all, Drennan was no small city. Thus, their forces would either have to be numerous or summonable.
Drina was very small. It wasn't a very large city at all.
It was just an important small place.
But bigger than Turst Fields.
Slightly.
Oh shit. Oh, never mind then. These best me anywhere. They can even use the roadways.
Yeah, and I mean, from when you guys were in Drina, city guard there, maybe 15. With skilled warriors, probably wouldn't take much to disassemble that. And which begs the question as to why it is
Why?
so. Um, but that's something you'll have to. Well, um, feeling that like nobody thought that somebody would actually try and like Drina because it's just a small little wayside town, but somebody obviously had a reason or a thought for sure.
No. Tsukiti believes this not to be a raiding party. Raiders typically go after value. Raiders would
Yeah,
find very little in fish. Raiders would also not want to leave such noticeable tracks as dead hanging from trees. So specifically, specialized dead. This is more of a calculated assault. Tsukiti is now beginning to show interest in this.
Wow,
Is this-
I'm so surprised it took you that long to get there. That was the very first thing I thought.
Does this sound like someone I would
Tsukiti
know?
is thorough.
It does seem kind of familiar to you, Henry.
Oh, good.
I would like to remind you guys that Drina, population 2,230.
Oh,
Not take a large force to do that.
Tsukiti
Yeah,
could take that
so-
with a high enough tower.
So I mean, probably wasn't very hard for whoever it was that came in. More of a force than like 20, 25 people to do something like that. So, well, of skilled warriors anyway, depending on who they were.
I still feel like killing 2,000 people and burning the whole place to the ground and what would take. If it was only 25 really skilled dudes, that would still take a long ass time.
I don't know. If you have if they all know Fireball, that's pretty quick.
The reports took 5 days to be noticed. That does not mean that it was only done in 1 day.
And the
leaving
reports were given that it was blades that killed everyone.
files. Correct.
They could be Master Swordsmen.
Yeah, but
Far-
to kill
so-
2,000 people and make sure no one gets away.
Yeah, they could have that. What's that samurai feat where you can kill a person, take an action, and kill a person? We could be against the greatest samurai in the world.
Regardless, we are postulating more than we need to.
All right, so let's just go there.
And I'm saying that 25 people could technically do it, but that's not necessarily the number of people who did it.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's the minimum amount.
Okay. Yeah, 25 people could probably wipe out the town. Take some time.
I feel like people would have
depending on how they
escaped,
decide. Very good possibility, but then again, they don't know. Everybody that was found in Drina is dead.
So
Don't know who all was in Drina necessarily. It's not like the Silver Cut Guard knows everyone in Drina. You know, they don't know everyone in the town.
But
There
what
could be
about the
people-
census?
Easy.
Yeah, no. There could be people hiding out in the woods, or you never know.
But where there was Adrena, there is not, and that's really the
Right.
key detail there.
yeah,
I returned
Yes.
to looking for a Sherpa because it's a long shot, but I feel like we could stop by Zephyra,
Mm,
at least on the way, since it's kind of on the way. And
So
ask
you're
them
looking for-
assistance.
Looking for
people that know
Or-
about Zephyra and or how to get there.
Okay. It shouldn't be too hard. Zephyr is close enough to Stilben that there are probably druids that come down. There's some druids that do some gathering within the swamps for certain and plant life that may be useful for whatever druid magics that they use. So it won't be hard for you to find information as to how to get to Zephyr.
Sweet.
Break because I have to use the bathroom.
Okay.
So we will return to this in a moment.
All right.
I'm assuming by this point that since we have a moment to talk amongst ourselves, I'm assuming by this point I've taken care of the stuff that I was talking about in 20. They have a place, and I've caught up with you guys, and you caught me up on your talk.
Well, no, we pulled everyone together, so you would have done that first, then we all talked.
Oh, I thought you guys had already gone.
No, we came back.
We're still, we came back to the boat, and then, like,
Okay.
we've been having this conversation. I pulled everyone, well, we had a conversation, and then I pulled everyone away, and then we talked to them.
Yeah.
We dispersed for a little while to look
Right.
for information, but then we regathered.
Yeah, sorry, I missed that.
When Zakidi started making his statements in character, that's when
Right.
and then I responded in character. I figured
Yeah.
that's when we had regathered.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. The druids sound like a great idea.
It
might
does.
be
It
a
also sounds like it
surprise.
could be a dead end.
Well, I'm
It-
sure we could probably get help there.
I said it's
We'll have to sit
probably a long shot, but even if we were to travel by road back to Drinna, to the
Yeah.
ruins of Drinna, it's
More than a month.
and Zephyra is just in this mountain range supposedly that's like right off the road in comparison to anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand wanting to, go to the whole, people who are right there.
Well,
And
plus,
also to go to custodians of balance
yeah,
and be like, hey, something really shit just happened. Do you know
Yeah.
anything about it? If not, hey, something really shit just happened. Maybe help us out.
Where were your orbs now?
Yeah,
The
no shit.
orbs are really just to protect the planes from breaking.
No. The ones
the
they
crisis
installed.
orbs.
Did
The
they
ones
only
after-
didn't they
Oh,
only
no.
install them in like like actual
Yes.
Yeah,
cities?
those were major cities like
Yeah,
Western,
so-
Kymel, Whitestone, Mon.
And then
And
all
this-
of the druid cities.
Should have put one of those in. Should have put one of those in a few more places.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but I'm down. I'm down with talking to the people that are all about keeping the balance of nature and letting and talking to them about how they feel about this group of people that's definitely upset the balance of nature.
Well, here's also my thing. Like, and I know this is, like, for a very powerful food source, man, they should have had more people here.
I guess they just got overwhelmed.
I
Oh, wait,
feel-
no, it's been 100 years. They have Whitestone, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're hiding under the shadow of Whitestone, because who would start shit next to the place that has freaking World War
Guns.
II siege weapons?
Freaking sharks with freaking laser beams.
Yeah.
Well, apparently these idiots would.
Yeah, so that leads me to believe these people might be a little bit ballsier than your average thief.
Yeah.
Like
These were
I'm
thieves.
like I don't think they're doing this because they're like, yeah, we got a lot of money.
No,
No,
there's
this
a
was an
purpose to this.
organized destabilizing action.
This was someone who woke up and said, you know what, I'm an awful person.
This was someone who woke up and said, hey, maybe let's destroy half of Tal'dorei.
This
That or
this
they were
wasn't
looking for something.
like the Herd of Storm, like a group like the Herd of Storms that just wandered in and say, hey, let's just take this shit. This was somebody thought this out.
I mean,
Because otherwise, why attack a place this far out of the way for no other reason to destabilize the region?
Maybe they enjoy it.
possibly.
Well, then they would attack Terrace Fields or Westrun.
No, maybe they just like fucking up people's
there are
supplies.
weaker targets and there are richer targets near this. Drennan
There's
was
not
targeted
more
specifically.
important targets on the eastern seaboard.
Maybe they just happen to be in the area.
Henry, just shut up.
I
You're
mean-
really showing your lack of education now.
First off, I'm pretty sure that Henry's fairly educated for
Yes, but
someone.
you're showing your lack of education in this direction. You clearly have your medical degree, but you're making it obvious that that's it.
Yes, I'm probably not the best person at understanding siege warfare.
I love you for your very specific
Um,
knowledge, but right now,
Yeah.
That's not it.
All right.
Either way,
You do have an understanding of certain psychotics.
What?
Psychology.
yeah, that's part of medical training.
I'm trying to
Understand
think.
brain.
Is that Henry's diss on us, or is Henry like? I don't know.
Henry's
That was-
medically trained.
Okay,
And
that
after
was
all,
true.
you did see his therapist hat, so you know he understands psychology.
This is my therapist hat now. Henry, you just took your hat off and then put it back on. That doesn't count.
But it's
closer.
jilted.
This is my therapist hat.
Okay, now imagine a plague doctor with like the large brim feather hat for gardening.
This is my slightly nicer hat.
All right. Okay, we're distracted. We're distracted.
And generally, so generally you would assume that they attack this place small enough that it wouldn't be terribly hard to take over. Trying to attack a place like Westrun, where their population is over 25,000,
A place with actual walls.
is not going to be.
Yeah.
With hardcore city guard, has major ties to diplomatic communities and stuff like that. Yes, probably a lot harder. So it is it was an easy target. Yeah, it was
An
pretty much
easy target that still can like destabilize the entire half of the continent.
Yeah. Well, we need to know more. So, do
We
you
won't know
have
until we
Sherpas?
won't know until we get there.
Yes, we're
So
hiring a Sherpa to Zephyra.
That's not terribly hard to do. Was probably a group of druids that probably going to report back to Zephyr anyway, and he'll kind of just guide you along to get there.
Thank you.
I'm not sure what kind of help you're looking for, but you could always try, I guess.
Even if they can't help us, it's on the way, and someone in the group has a check mark on it. So
Josh, I went back to the dockmaster and paid him for another 2 weeks harbor.
Okay.
Because this boat's gonna be here for a bit.
He doesn't have a problem with that. The repairs for the ship?
The ship's still fine. We can hold off for that.
No.
But then
Something.
You were still having to bail out water every few hours.
Yeah, we
So
got.
and we're
unless
not
you
going to
hire
come
somebody to
back.
bail out water every few hours.
We have to do. It has to be done.
And we're not going to be back for like a month or so, anyways.
All right. Pay the man.
Okay.
Also, we
It's
take
a-
everything of value
what,
off of it.
100 gold?
Isn't everything we have of value in the 2 flags of holding, anyways?
Yes.
Just saying. Just gotta make sure.
Value. I mean, you guys had like barrels of meats and stuff like that on the ship that you could probably leave with your crew that is
Yeah.
probably not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, anything
That
that's
none of them
oil
want to
is
face.
theirs.
Yeah, I don't think that you get the impression that they're not quite ready to face the destruction of Drina yet. So
Right.
they're going to be hanging around in town for a while.
We could always rent them the ship, like as a staying spot while it's being repaired.
I mean, if they still want to be employed by us, they could use it to fish if it gets repaired and we're still out for profit for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
like with the skeleton crew, they can still move the ship around.
And it'll also get them better at seafaring.
Actually, no. It'll get food back into Stillben, which could get to Westrun, which could then spread.
That as well.
I'm going to.
Damn,
How about
Zakiti
we
had a
just
more
let them-
humanitarian thought than I did. Fuck.
No, Zakiti's
Let's-
just smarter
let's-
than you.
Let's let them stay on the boat.
No, that's
Yeah.
just a humanitarian thought that I skipped.
Yeah, I like Sakiti's plan of, hey, yeah, you guys are fishermen, use this to fish. You're not having to pay rent for, we're paying for the boat, you're paying for stay, everything works out.
Oh, and how about this? How about they get a percentage of what they catch and sell?
Of course.
I mean, we're not saying go out and fish to give food. There's still
Yeah.
business involved.
Yeah, yeah. You guys will come to an agreement,
But
and they'll get a portion of whatever gets sold and stuff like that. And they'll be happy to be able to do something once the ship's repaired.
Yeah.
They'll probably just stay on the ship and stay out of the way. Possibly help the repair crew.
sweet.
Yeah, have something to do to keep their minds occupied and stuff like that. So your repair time may be cut in half-ish.
Zakiti congratulates them for putting themselves to good use. This is what Zakiti would have done.
You get no reply from them.
Oh, I know. I'm still probably getting stink eyes from the report cards I gave them.
No, they've kind of. I mean, they've been for 3 weeks essentially, almost. That they've kind of gotten used to you, yeah.
All right. So then, to Zephyra.
Onward.
Oh yeah, they'll give the
Okay.
gold back to Rooks. 'Cause-
What time of the day is it?
Probably looking at
It's gotta be in the afternoon.
Yeah, time. Sorry, Josh, if you're letting us know you're cutting out.
no, I wasn't saying anything.
Sorry, man.
I mean,
It is X o'clock, says the human clock.
Oh, about 4 o'clock.
oh, perfect.
It's 4 o'clock.
All right. Then yeah, no, we can take most of the trek. Like,
All right, let's go take that track.
Let's get started.
Yeah, it's only 10.2 feet from Stillben.
well, we take the road so we don't have to go through the swamp.
No,
Might
man,
as well get started.
it's only 10.2 feet.
Yes, but the feet belong to a Titan.
Fuck, yeah, that's like 75 miles.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to take you, what, 2 days or so? 2.5 days to get to Zephyra.
Yeah, especially with the mules.
And it's not a difficult travel really until you get to the mountains. I mean, it's a little bit of but not terribly so. You do notice as you're getting closer to Zephyra, the wind gets pretty intense up there.
Mm. Wait, oh. Hold on. Damn it! I do not have anything I can build a windshield out of. Well,
And we will use his beaked mask to cut the wind.
I put on my Kushala Daora armor that makes me negate all wind pressure.
see, I don't know if that's true or not. All right. But yeah, we'll just make sure we're not going too far against the wind on like steep cliffs or anything. I'll always keep the immovable rod with me, just in case I have to activate it to stop the cart from flying off a cliff. Yeah, we get to we need to get to Zephyra. Like every day that goes by, the trail gets colder.
So you are approaching Zephyra. It's really windy. Lots of vegetation up, surprisingly, up in the mountains here. And you are greeted by a blonde-haired elven woman who swoops down on a sky sail. These bat-like wings affixed to a pole. Obviously enchanted, but she swoops down, and you see she sees the druid that you guys have that's been guiding you, and he tells him welcome home. You've brought guests this time? And he says, yeah, these conversation, I'm not sure really. So they will guide you up into Zephyra itself. His plans.
Well, who?
As they're taking us up towards the actual town proper or whatever, I will relate to the gatekeeper lady person that why we're here.
Tell her about the thing with Drina and all that.
Drina has been destroyed, and I figured it was probably a long shot, but I wanted to come here and ask if all of you might know something, being druids, and even if you don't, just to let you know and ask for aid.
She's going to tell you, well, we know that it wasn't the tribes of the plain. They're still in their usual roving patterns. It was. Currently, the voice of the Tempest is not here.
Thank goodness.
Sent for. And aid, we have sent a group of druids to Drina to hopefully help with the start of reintroducing food to the populace. So there's not much more than that currently we can do, but we are aware of the situation and are towards making it better.
Is there anything possible to help us get that way? We want to go help, but it's quite a trip. Is there anybody that could help us possibly get there a little faster?
Um. mm,
If you were saying anything, man, you're cut out.
Not yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Uh, notes. I am terribly unorganized with notes. I don't know what my problem is.
You lost your trapper keeper.
Trust me, it's not as bad as mine. I have 3 notebooks, 2 notepads, 6 different Google Drive documents, and none of them share information.
What are notes?
She will tell you. We could speak to. There might be somebody that could get you there quicker. Maybe.
Much appreciated. Thank you for lend a hand.
Yeah, she will take you to Corin. Remember, is Keyleth's dad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, you're led up to where I don't remember how Marisha Ray described it. The new tree that she had planted on Zephyra.
Oh, that's right.
The new sun tree, essentially, with the raven feather embedded in it, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
And so Corin is up there next to the tree, just kind of standing cliffs towards the... as you approach, you can see his eyes are, like, whited over completely.
Cataracts.
Oh my gosh, he's warging.
Oh, guy, he's stroking out.
No, you would impression that he is projecting his sight.
Yeah.
He'd do a warg.
Might possibly scry spell of some kind.
Yeah.
Yes. And you guys wait there patiently for a few minutes, and he stops, and he turns, and he says, "Folks,
He says oak.
may I help you, folks?"
I assume that we were informed of his importance.
Yeah, he is acting voice of the Tempest while the Lady Keyleth is away. Yeah.
Oh yeah. As soon as I see this guy, I started relaying information.
You would have been informed of
about
it.
his.
Rooks, you know all about Corin. Corin's probably been in Whitestone with Keyleth before.
Yep. As the resident Vox Machina nerd, I start filling in everybody about who Corin is and why he's important.
Excuse me, your voicefulness.
Sage, may I?
That's a little bit at that.
Sorry, I don't know the proper title to use for you.
May I, Sage?
You can just call me Corin.
Thank you, sir. Corin. We're here to ask if you could spare someone or some way to help us get to Drenna faster.
He's like, Drenna. Going to help?
Yes.
Yes.
Does very well.
Zakiti just shrugs. Meh.
Are you prepared for magic travel?
It's just
He's
us.
prepared for everything.
Always.
We travel pretty light. You see, is what we've got to take with us. So.
He says, just focus, and you
Oh.
will come back to normal.
Whoa, stop. Zagiti knows where this is going. Does doing the T sign. Before we leave, can Zakiti give his pitch? I'm just looking at you guys.
What is your pitch, Zakiti?
I'm going to look at the Corin end. Zakiti knows he's important, so he's going to keep a lower profile, but he's just another dude to him. Yeah. Zakiti had alternative motives for entering Zephyra. He is currently looking for fragments of the elemental planes, particularly those affiliated with the actual elements themselves. Zakiti is led to believe that this would be the first place to start looking.
Corin looks at you curiously. He says, you're looking for shards of elemental power?
Yes, that was one of the ones I was looking for. That was one of the ones he was looking for.
And get one of those is on the elemental plane itself. And easy to get a hold of. They're typically held by, or they're typically formed by the hearts. Elemental colossus of sorts. Yeah, not typically something you can just stumble across. Yeah, I don't recommend you go looking for one.
Sakiti will need a bigger gun, but this is exactly what he needed. Where can Sakiti enter the elemental plane?
He's going to tell you that he will not concede to allow anyone to into the elemental plane of air through the Zephyra portal, and any such do so will have to be taken up with the Lady Keelet.
Who is not.
Fine, Zakiti was going to solve the Drena problem first anyway. But he will be back. He can only
He just
distract
gives a
himself
slight
so
nod
much.
to you.
Yeah. Zakiti knows he can't win a fight with this guy. Not combat fight, but just like two stone consciousness fighting each other. Like, no. It's not worth it.
Zakiti's on a lot of warning lists, isn't he?
Zakiti's on every warning list.
Again, I'm probably not wanted back in Whitestone.
Have you seen this person? Don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Zakiti will consent to travel. Because at least it's faster.
Okay.
I shall consent.
As do I. Thank you.
He
very much.
essentially will cast the walk spell, and that will shrink your travel time to.
As he is casting it, I bow politely and thank him.
I do a take off my hat and bow.
Oh, I grab like 4 gold coins from Rooks and I throw them at the Sherpa who brought us here, and said, "Watch the cart."
Okay.
I'm glad I remembered.
I specifically thank him in Elvish.
Okay.
By the way, I would just like to say, every time you guys say Sherpa, I think of the clothing article and not the person.
And I'm sure in dealings in Whitestone, I've at least seen the hand symbol that Keyleth has done at least maybe once or twice, and I attempt to do it as best I can and give him a kai tiake.
Okay.
I did
I'm
give the
smile
Sherpa
from
the
him for that. He
What was that, Josh?
You get a warm smile from him for that. That's for sure.
So we need to make sure to get back here. But
Don't
first,
worry,
to Drenna.
Sakiti. Coming back.
Well, I don't think we can talk to each other right now.
No, we can't.
Yeah,
You know,
it doesn't stop Sakiti from trying. Yeah, let's go.
on our way.
Wind effects.
Yeah.
Wait, are you guys flying high or low? Sakiti is going to fly high.
I am not.
Because Zagiti is going to be on the lookout for anything that might seem suspicious while we're entering the Drenna area. I mean, I can't use the scope, unfortunately, but, you know, he's still going to try.
Henry's just turned into a raven at this point.
No, you're a cloud of fart.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
I'll just try to inspect things again.
Okay. If you guys are keeping a lookout, make an investigation check.
Oh, this will be beautiful.
Investigation or perception. It's up to you.
Back me. I'm changing color.
This one I'm looking out for. Okay.
I have wind in my mask.
So Sage and Rooks, you can see some of the things as you're crossing over. Be just like nomadic people. It doesn't seem like there's anything that would indicate that they would be the ones. You're assuming that these are the people that the Arashari had been talking about. Besides that, you don't see anything that their force of any sort traveling across here. And after about a day's travel, I assume you guys probably travel through the night, as it doesn't take any energy whatsoever, as you're in air form.
Yeah.
You don't have none of that stuff.
And Zakiti's still going to stay high up to see as much as he can.
Okay. Yeah, and approach Drenna. Zakiti, you can see % of the buildings have been burnt in one form or another. A lot of them look like they were burnt completely to the ground. Some of them look mildly salvageable. Some of them look like there's probably a few that were untouched. And that's what it looks like. I mean, there's still smoke coming from some of the fires that had been put out and stuff like that.
Damn.
Some of the boats on the docks and stuff have been burnt and sunk in where the docks are at. One that would probably tried to escape out onto the lake and got set ablaze and sunk halfway, or is still just out there burning.
Zakiti makes a mental note about the ones that looked untouched.
Okay.
But he's just going to stay airborne as long as he can to keep scouting. Yeah.
So you guys are essentially at Drenna. So it is up to you what you want to do.
Like, when we get to Drenna, I will touch ground and reform.
Yeah, focus on being me again.
Yeah.
I'll touch ground and reform and immediately start investigating the area.
I'm going to look for tracks or, like, cuts through the jungled area around. Because if this was a force of a decent amount of people, they had to leave a visible impact. leaving or entering.
Okay. Okay, so Henry, what exactly are you investigating? Okay, so when you guys touch down, you do so probably right outside of the town. Probably not like you're probably not going to do that like right in the middle of town. I would assume. I don't know. I guess that's up to you, really. I assume you would do it just outside.
Outside.
It would be
You can
outside.
see that there is definitely something else you would have seen while you were in the air is obvious force of pale guard down the roadway towards Drinna. So the troops of Whitestone have obviously towards Drinna. 5 days they've traveled an awful long distance. And yeah, so when you touch down outside, you can see there are definitely silver cut guard that are watching the town, and they see you immediately, and you drawing like their spears and swords out because you guys just appeared out of nowhere.
As they start
We
running
come from
towards
Zephyra.
us, I just hold my hands up. Whoa, same side, same side.
They come to a halt, probably 15 feet from you. He says, "You more druids?"
No, they were kind enough to help us get here faster.
Here to help, huh? I mean,
Yes.
it's a where to start in this place right now. Captain's in there looking around, trying to find out what happened here. But I mean, we could use a lot of help moving bodies.
Would the captain be the one to speak to ask what information has already been gathered?
You said moving bodies.
Captain.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's dead pretty much everywhere. I mean, it's quite a task for us. I mean, 15 of us here that so far, and moving as many bodies around and getting them in, figuring out where to store the bodies. It's been a big task. Captain will know exactly what information's come up and be able to use where he sees fit best, I guess.
Then I will go speak with the captain.
I will be back to assist with the bodies, but I would like to speak to the captain real quick.
Same.
Yeah. For some notes, guys. Hold on one second.
This is where those inquisitive electives I took in college will help.
What if he just doesn't know anything?
Guys.
You're a detective?
Yeah, I took inquisitive courses, which is like what they call detectives in fantasy D&D.
So they taught you like how to stab people with hot pitchforks.
No. Like how to look for clues and crime scene investigate and stuff.
And find who is actually the demon with the pitchforks.
No.
Hello, everybody.
Okay,
Clearly
so
I've never played Eberron.
the guard will tell you that he's Sunrise Lodge. It's that big building over there is still standing. Surprised they didn't take that one down right away.
What building was that?
Sunrise Lodge.
Huh.
It's the largest building in town, pretty much.
You happen to know if the rusty nail's still standing?
I'm not sure I know what that is exactly, but chances are probably not.
Just thought I'd ask. Thank you much.
Yep. So you guys head over to the Sunrise Lodge.
Yes.
The door's wide open. I mean, it's you see guard coming and going a little bit here and there, but 2-story. Um, this once was like the community leaders kind of a place, like where town meetings or things like that would be held. Um, you approach, you um, get in, or
I'll start to head in unless somebody stops me.
I'll go in with him.
Unless we're stopped.
yeah, no. The guards passing by here and there, that none of them stop you. When you walk in, you can see this building has been anything that's not currently useful. And there has been a large table set in the middle of this large open front room. Kind of like it probably was almost like a I don't know, house. They have the big room with all the benches and stuff, right?
Common room.
Kind of like a common room area, but it's been cleared out. There's like one big table, and you can see there is it has its 4 corners pretty much stabbed down with daggers, and there is a gray-haired man standing on the other side of the desk, great armor, looking at this map and just kind of going over some notes he may have or whatever. Standing there, he hears you come in, and he looks up. And is like, what do you want?
Well, here's a help. We say at the same time.
Yep. We just look at each other after that and like, yep.
I don't look at you.
Okay, I look at him.
I look at him.
Okay, he says, well, if you're here to help, you can start moving some bodies. We got them going over to the old granary shed.
I'm much
It
more
ain't got
curious
roots no more.
about what you already know.
Well, it's a little hard to say, really. Looks like they had a force probably about 100 strong that come through here.
Damn.
Is there any... Can you tell anything about from whence or to where?
Was anything taken?
He says, well, it looks like pretty much anything of value was taken, that's for sure. He says, but for the most part, killing folk. Sure where they came from or where they went. We didn't find any tracks outside the only ones we found were inside town, so it's hard to say. We can't seem to figure it out. Druids over there from the Arashari had said that there was a lot of around here too, and is assuming that that's probably what a lot of the fire came from. Besides that, I mean, it's real hard to figure out. I know the large oak tree outside of town is a pretty gruesome sight there. dead were there. I mean, I don't really have much for you. There's not much I can do. I don't really have the expertise to be dealing with no magic, so I'm kind of waiting on reinforcements from, hopefully. I mean, I sent a missive to the Arcana Pensophical, but I don't know if they'll get back to me or not.
So there's only tracks inside and none outside.
And a lot of magic.
Seems
Is
to be.
Is that what you said the druid said? Like, to me, you dropped out on that one word. A lot of around here, said the druids.
Yeah, it's traces of magic use around the area.
Thank you for the information, Captain.
Well, I'm gonna go inspect that body tree.
I'll go with Henry.
Okay.
I'm gonna start poking my nose around town for clues about how many where they were. See where the tracks actually start, and try to calculate out the magic is.
Okay. Tree. As you approach this tree, you get a sickening feeling like happened here. Tree. You can see there are druids here that are taking bodies down from the tree. You can see there are strewn across around the tree. The impression that these were folks that were probably captured at first, children taken, and these folks were probably forced to watch their children hang before they were brutally hacked to death with axes, some sort of weapon like that. That's kind of the gruesome sight you see when you come up here, is these druids pulling children out of the tree and stuff like that. And you can still see most of the bodies of what is more than likely is the parents are all mostly still around the base of the tree.
Henry,
Yes.
we're gonna find who did this and murder the fuck out of them, aren't we?
I had already planned to do so.
Just making sure we're in agreement. And I just quietly from there on help with bodies.
Does this scene and all that, does it have like any kind of calling cards or anything like that? Or any kind of like, I don't know what you would call it, like
Repeating pattern.
like put there specifically, like a pattern?
Not really like a pattern necessarily. Investigation check.
And does it look like someone I would know? God damn, I just cannot investigate for shit today.
This definitely has a kind of, I guess in a way, a calling card of someone you know. You don't really have any evidence to say that it is for sure. You don't, at least you don't find any.
It fits the style. But there's not a blank did this like carved in a tree.
Yeah. At least not that you found. I mean, you rolled a 9.
Yeah, no, I found a tree.
I mean,
If anybody else wants to investigate around, that's a possibility as well.
Does anybody ask the cloud to do it?
No, we can't talk to you, and you're up in the air.
Where you are.
It look like I'm being stealthy.
You're still a cloud.
I'm busy poking my nose around the rest of the town, and I might eventually get to the tree.
Oh,
I'm
right.
too
Yeah.
upset by seeing this.
So town, an investigation check as well.
Oh, thank Christ! Someone knows how to roll.
It's that inquisitive training I took.
Yes.
It looks like buzz came right off the docks. There is trace of magic at the end of the docks, so you're guessing. Seemed to be any indication that it was a ship that brought him onto it, and that would be way too. It seems that there was magic used to move many people through at the same time. And it wasn't just on like one of the docks, it was on multiple of them at once.
Could I get any more information from an Arcana check?
Yeah, make an Arcana check. You could probably get some information as to residual magic that kind of seems to be lingering.
Shit. Only a 13.
I mean, that would tell you the school of magic, maybe. I mean, you kind of get the sense. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it was some sort of rotation circle or something of that nature.
Damn it, that means I'm barking up a wrong tree.
So a portal opened up on the docks. On each dock. How many docks are there?
There are 3.
The portal opened up on each of these docks and let out... Can I count, can I get a count? Were there about 100-ish people?
Make an investigation check. I want to see how accurate you are.
Yes!
Yeah!
You know that I'm going to throw out a random exact number just because. There were 87 people. Only 87 people.
Almost 30 people from each portal.
That's a lot more than 25.
Is there any indication that, they came back this way and, left in the same fashion?
It is definitely obvious that is exactly the case.
Okay, so they came and exited here. I'll look for...
Based on your investigation check and intelligence, I can tell you that for this to be possible, it would take multiple spellcasters, multiple castings of the teleportation circle to even be possible, and that it would take some very strong magic users to do so.
I'm gonna go look for Rooks and Henry.
Okay. Yeah, about 10 minutes later, as you guys are kind of looking around, the sage turns up
Sage's ship.
Sages arrived.
yes.
I look extremely lost in thought and or worried, and I might be chewing on a nail.
But you wear a mask, so we can't tell.
I mean, it doesn't cover his entire. It doesn't cover
Body language.
Still say
Body
the name.
language.
No, I meant the chewing of the nail. Everything else we could tell.
Well, I thought that like his mask just kind of like I thought it was like a Phantom of the Opera mask.
Yeah, it only covers like the top half. You can always see my mouth.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not a. Yeah, it's not a Henry mask where you can't see anything.
I thought it was full Doctor Doom. Okay, never mind.
No, but
Let's
that
play
was,
Doctor Moore Masquerade.
It's literally just exactly like in the art, which I have shared multiple times.
it is good art.
Sage.
Sage.
That doesn't look like a look.
They came via the docks via magic.
As in teleportation?
Of some kind, yes.
Oh shit.
So someone teleported in an entire army of people to just slaughter and leave.
An
More than
entire
once.
unit. 80. I counted their footprints, the 87 of them.
Oh wow.
So 80 people show up on a boat from a teleportation just to kill everyone in town and in the worst ways possible and leave.
Left the exact same way, I guess.
So there really isn't anywhere that's safe right now.
There's not.
Oh, that is a Roman legion. That is literally the name. That's literally the number of a Roman legion.
Exactly 87
Yeah,
or around
kind of
90.
good.
Between 80 and 90.
Yeah.
This is more than just random thugs.
So this is the tree where all the children were hanged.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Was there anything else to it, or is it just children hanged in a tree?
They were hung in a tree and then their parents were slaughtered around it
Looks like they watched.
after the children had died.
Fuck.
Yeah, we've already gone through that one.
Yes.
Maybe you can see something we haven't here, Sage, but Henry and I looked around. We didn't find it. Give us any information.
I haven't. I have an idea on some people it might be, but
I tilt my head at that.
As do
they
I.
don't know. They don't know 87 people.
That you know of.
Yes, I don't keep in correspondence with this person.
Why would you think you know someone that might have something to do with this?
I just point at that tree.
What about the tree, though?
I've seen something like that once before.
Where?
That is for a different time.
I politely disagree. If you saw it somewhere
Oh.
else,
Damn.
it
If
could
only,
be there. That's somewhere else.
if only somebody knew mind reading.
I feel like that's like how you like break your mind is you read Henry's mind.
I can't do that yet.
I just say I'll talk about it later.
Alright.
But suffice to say, I once came across paths of a very awful person who did a very awful thing.
I shake my head and then I go back to where the captain is.
And back to the Sunrise Lodge.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll relay to him the information about they came from the docks via magic and they left via the docks via magic.
He says, "Oh man, yeah, I'm way out of my depth. I hope that Arcana Pensophical really gets back to me because this would be something they." But I don't know. This is way beyond me. I mean, I guess most I can do at this point is we're gonna start trouble trying to find what's still and what can be rebuilt and what needs to be torn down. And as the volunteers come in, we'll put everybody to work. We got to get this place up soon.
Alright, I'm being called down.
Did you see anything while being a cumulus?
Yes. Sakiti can tell with absolute certainty that these individuals did not enter from the outskirts of the city.
Sage tracked that one down. They entered ports. Teleportation.
Ooh. Did they leave a calling signal?
They left a bunch of children dead in a tree, slaughtered around their families.
Say that's a strong one.
No. Dialing rooms. In order to teleport, you must know the entrance or the exit.
I mean, we could show you.
Sakiti is waiting for this to happen.
Better off asking.
You guys go down towards the docks then?
Yes.
I imagine so.
Are you looking for what you're looking for, I assume?
And with Rook's pointing it out, I would use Detect Magic, so if there is any magical residue, it glows like the sun to me.
There's not necessarily magic residue. Nah, Detect Magic wouldn't really show. You get the impression of where the portal was.
Okay. That's what I was looking for. Because, like I say, it's not enchanted, so wouldn't pick up that. Using Identify, could I try and gather where they might have sent it to? You know?
Identify wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and I'm guessing it didn't leave. Go ahead.
Make an investigation check.
That is the wrong click.
That is not an investigation check.
You use your sickle to hack at the. Oh.
Actually, no. If Zakiti saw like imprints in the ground, he would take it. Yeah, no. I'm hoping Creamsicle works for me. Fucking hell! I can't roll double digits tonight.
None of us can.
It seems that you get the essence of the magic of the teleportation, but you can't seem to find where its source is necessarily, or how they made a connection to this place.
Docks were not made to hold residue. The KT is annoyed by this. But yes, he can confirm that these were teleportations. This would require a lot of individuals.
Like around 87?
No. For the summoning cycles.
The actual spells.
And you would need several of them for a multitude of people. This is very highly organized.
Yes.
Sagiti would be impressed if he wasn't absolutely insulted. Alright. Anything else you would wish to Zakiti to look into?
I was going to say, Sage, were you investigating around the tree at all?
He didn't want to interrupt. He actually off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was time for him to head out.
Darn. Okay. Well, and I'm assuming not, since he hadn't said it earlier when we were at the tree scene. So.
Should I take a look?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, you can.
Can I try to inspect the bodies?
That's actually where I was gonna go.
that were around the tree, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Do you wish
Just
to
like
help Zakiti?
for any kind of like unique things, and yeah, I'll help Zakiti.
Alright. Yeah, because Zakiti doesn't really have as much remorse for this, so this is not as bad to him. I mean, it's still bad. He understands that.
Yeah, Zakiti. Yes, we do understand that Zakiti is not in fact a monster.
Oh, for fucking out loud!
Yeah, no one has been able to roll an investigation higher than anything. Watch this. I'm inspecting the bodies right now.
No, it's gonna work. What the hell?
Yeah. Hold on one
Um,
second. None of these next like 10 are gonna count, but I just want to see. Here we go. Okay. Now it's working because
Oh, look, doesn't count anymore. Of course it's going to roll well.
Fucking hell.
So Zakiti, actually not very hard to spot. Carved into the very base of the tree, ground level, on pretty much what would amount to a root. D, a very jagged D, carved into it.
Alright, Zakiti will take out some of his paper and make a rubbing of it.
Henry, as you're looking at the bodies, there seems to be one that's closer to the tree than bodies that were like had their throats slashed or whatever. This is probably you're probably assuming it was probably one of the community leaders. Very obvious look at a very jagged slashed throat where it's so slashed into the throat that it wouldn't take much more to like cut it clean off, but it's really jagged as if it was like a serrated blade almost of some sort of sword or weapon blade to it.
I see.
Definitely would recognize this kind of wound.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean by recognize?
As in the last place you've seen a destruction like this, the wounds were very similar.
I see. Oh, that's not good.
Just like a further confirming your suspicion of who it was. I think I totally botched that. It wasn't a D. It wasn't a D. It was a B.
Okay.
Zakiti, I imagine that like when Zakiti like did the rubbings, he was like, "Oh no, there's a line in the center."
Oh,
well,
crap.
If that is the case, then you didn't know it was possible to see Henry go white under a mask.
What's not good, Henry?
His outfit starts turning gray.
Henry, your tinting has changed. I know exactly who did this.
Oh. Oh, good. It'll make the ass kicking much easier.
No, it won't.
Oh, no.
Continue.
But I can at least give you his name.
Wonderful.
His name is... Say what?
Say that you get the impression that he has apparently found by the destruction that he's caused this time.
Let's see. I'm sorry. You cut out like a bunch there. I got nothing.
You could easily determine that he has obviously found himself a bunch of followers.
So, yes. but his name is Balin. And he is the biggest monster I have ever encountered in my life. You're never going to find a greater psychopath than Balin. And last time I saw him, he could not do carnage on this scale. So he's been very busy.
Wonderful.
Well, we spread the name, and it'll flush him out eventually.
No, it won't.
That is correct. If they can teleport, then they will not need to use conventional roads. Especially if they can teleport to a location that is not designated. That's a far more powerful arcane ability than just what's normally associated.
Yes, that's what bothers me so much, because last time I saw him, he literally walked into town and killed everyone. He didn't have any kind of special magical abilities, so I'm curious how he got those or who he's working with.
Someone very organized and very irritated. So why did he kill a bunch of people when he walked into town? It sounds highly unproductive.
Because he wanted to. And because he could.
Sakiti is confused by this.
He enjoyed it. He reveled in it, and I have never seen someone so happy.
I had that when you said psychopath.
Yeah. Like, picture like the Joker, if the Joker had, like, worse.
So, Frank Miller.
Yeah, like, picture no, that'll do.
Yeah.
That'll do.
I'll be the one to go ahead and say it. We are very far out of our depth here.
Yes.
Sakiti does believe this to be a dead end. Though we should probably inform those around here of what and who took place. More or less, why would anyone follow someone just to destroy a small city? They were clearly strong enough to take on larger targets. Why this one? Nope. Zakiti knows why.
Why?
We stabilized the region,
Negative.
taking away the food supply.
Negative.
Oh. What's your idea then?
Notoriety. This town will eventually be replaced, and other areas nearby will be able to re-establish food. This is destabilization, of course, but it is not debilitating. What this is noticeable. If an individual like this enjoys such sadomasochism, they probably enjoy people knowing about it. Thus, the entirety of the continent will probably hear of this. You're dealing with an individual who wants to be known. That is troublesome, as that means his targets will be based more on their impact rather than their strategic placement. So major cities will probably be avoidant of his gaze, but anything without a formal military is fair game.
That's a lot of places.
Absolutely. What's also troubling is that they were able to do this so quickly. This means there's no early warning system that can locate them. If they're able to pick a point in time and space and traverse to it with large numbers, they're not going to be stoppable. Oh dear.
They're not even going to be trackable.
This is actually brilliant. Sagiti's impressed.
There may be one early warning sign, but it is very out there. Last time that I saw Balin come into a town, he literally came into town first, and then he came back.
Ah, he scouted. This makes sense. This would allow him to pick his targets intimately, rather than pick them geographically.
Yeah.
Which I would have to say, I believe that this man right here may have been one of the intimate targets.
Zakiti is unaware of what you mean by this.
I point at the man whose head has been nearly severed off.
Yes.
It's making a statement. This was the reason. This one.
Zakiti is confused. This person does not sound like they care about individuals, nor of the bulk. Why was this one important?
This one was important in the community.
Ah. Oh. This one died first. That would make sense.
No, this one died last.
Yeah.
No. That's not very efficient.
Doesn't have to.
It's not about efficiency.
Yeah, it's not about efficiency. It's about...
Zakiti is less impressed now. Just cross my arms.
These people don't think like...
No one thinks like Zakiti. That's why he's first and last.
It's true.
Very well.
That's why Zakiti is always right.
We need someone to track teleportation? That's insane.
That is well beyond Zakiti's capabilities at the moment without proper facilities. However, we do not need to track that. We just need to track... Oh. They looted this area. Should this area have anything of significance to this city-state, it could be located. We have already seen an individual who has the capabilities to search for objects in time and space. Now, the problem with that being is if they have shielded it, which is most likely. For as sloppy as this Balin is, his organization is actually fairly well implemented.
What if the organization didn't know that someone had taken things, and that the looting had just happened by happenstance?
Impossible. With the amount taken, with the amount destroyed, they would have known. As well as that's why they would need to have multiple teleportation circles, due to their limitations on time. It would be next to impossible for it to not see large crates and barrels and chests of miscellaneous objects being taken. That's probably how they funded the operation.
He wasn't after things. What if he was after a thing?
Do things sloppy so that you don't have to do them sloppily later.
Exactly. Do things sloppy and make it look like a raid when he was after one specific item. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know a thing about them. I've seen it many of us, so.
As his current psychological profile, that does not match his MO. However, your reasoning is sound. But what could a city like this possess that would be of such importance? This is not easy magic, nor is it cheap.
Who are the important people living here?
They're all dead.
Are they?
If there was someone really important living here, they might have had something important to their person or their station. Which area seems to be destroyed the worst? Which area did they just take stuff from inside?
While Zakiti was scouting, multiple buildings were left untouched. If there was an object of importance, those buildings would probably either suffer the most damage or the least, depending upon when they were assaulted.
So, what kind of buildings were these that were left untouched?
Well, everything's been razed to the ground, right, Josh?
Mostly, yeah.
So Zagiti could just point at the buildings he saw.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, those ones over there.
I go to kind of look at the buildings. Do they look like a particular type of building, like, or is it just like he decided not to destroy the house?
Protected just enough that they didn't catch fire as well. It looks more of by accident than by intent.
I see.
Should we go inform the captain of what we know at least?
No, absolutely. If nothing else, double-edged sword. If this individual wants to be known for such chaos, spreading his name might protect some cities, but will feed the ego of the individual, which would either placate him for a time or spur him to be more daring. This is a very sensitive situation.
What do you think, Henry?
Because if we don't spread his name, this might anger him, which could spur him even further. Without knowing his end game, this is really hard to discern.
Right.
Well, what we always could do is we could always just have a physical description.
Oh, really?
Say that we just will put out a story that one person was found alive, and they gave a description of one person, and we use his description. No name, just his physical appearance.
This would be lying to central authorities, which Zagiti does not mind, but Zagiti does see it being a problem. And this description might cause people to lose guard around him, as he'd be a victim as opposed to a culprit. That could be even more damning. The last thing we need is to have some civilization actually take pity on this individual, allowing him to get even deeper in.
No, I think you misunderstood.
No, we wouldn't be saying that Balin was the victim. We would be saying that Balin was seen as the culprit.
Yeah. We're saying we lie and say there was a witness that survived and saw him.
How are we to justify that?
We say that he just died recently.
Go talk to the captain. Tell him to go tell a lie.
We let the captain in on it so he can falsify the records.
Yes, because he's the captain.
Well, that's the best shot.
Besides, the captain looks like he can use all the help he can get.
As you guys are having this discussion, you hear a roar in the sky.
Oh,
shit.
Tell me what more can happen to this place.
You see across the sky and disappear headed south.
Oh, what?
What?
Drake?
Streak.
A streak. Okay, sorry.
Okay. I pull out the scope and I scope this thing.
Definitely well out of your range. But you get enough that you can see a cloaked figure on the back of this blue dragon south, and it is a very large dragon.
I relay this word for word to them.
I think we found the employer.
It doesn't seem to be changing course. It doesn't seem to be coming down at all. It just seems to be making itself known as it's flying by.
Wait, Zakiti, exactly which way is it going?
I presume I could tell that.
Yeah, you could get its trajectory. It is heading southeast, almost like where the river that you guys took down. Yep, just like that.
It's heading to the sea?
Out to sea.
I was worried that you said south. I was worried it was Stillman.
I was worried it was going to be Zifra. They're not exactly ready for another dragon attack. Oh, good lord, there's another giant blue-ass dragon in Tal'dorei.
Yep.
You remember from the Chroma Conclave that the blue dragon that was in the Chroma Conclave originally that started the whole thing wasn't an ancient dragon at the time.
No.
An adult blue dragon. It wasn't an ancient.
Yeah. Oh, no. I don't think this is that blue dragon, because that guy's dead.
Yeah, it's definitely not that blue dragon. I'm just saying that the blue dragon from that one, adult dragon, this is very obvious to you, Zakiti, that this is an ancient dragon.
Ah. Oh. Zakiti is not easily disturbed, but even he does not fucks with ancient blue dragons. We need to trigger the alarms.
Zakiti, did your fire just like die down a little bit in there?
Oh no, I'm full cloaked up. Like you
no,
don't see skin.
It got a little colder.
That maybe.
Zakiti, you're bald.
I was in. We should inform the captain. And is the windwalk spell still in effect?
No, it is not. And I assume you guys were headed back towards the captain as you were discussing this.
Yeah.
And as you're kind of approaching there, you can see the captain's outside, and he's got like his eyepiece, and he's looking at the sky, trying to see what he can see. One within like 50 miles probably heard this sound. It's that loud.
Yeah.
I mean, dragons aren't quiet when they're...
It's also fairly flat land, so yeah, that carried.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah, Zakiti has bad news.
I imagine that the captain's just like, you don't say.
We may require to speak in private about this.
Captain says, yeah, if you got some information, man, I could really use it right about now.
I don't
he says, come on in.
Zakiti rarely shows compassion, and even he does not think he should tell you this.
He says, come on in, let's have a chat. And he securely closes the door behind him as well. So it's just you guys and him. You can see he's got a chair on the other side of the table, and he sits down, and he just kind of rubs his face, and he's like, well, I don't know how much worse things can get, but throw it on me, I guess.
That was an ancient blue dragon with a humanoid rider.
It was a dragon. I noticed it was a blue dragon.
Ancient.
Ancient, yeah.
As in similar to size and
size.
power to the Chroma Conclave.
Yeah, that thing, but okay. Shit. See, he's like angry.
Yeah.
Like he has no clue what the fuck he's gonna do. Like he's like, is it coming here? Is it coming back?
Negative.
No, I don't.
God, I don't know. I can't see well enough with this damn scope.
Zakiti was able to track it to the sea. So either it is using
sea?
the coastlines as the ability to escape sight, or it has some sort of home to the southeast of Drayden. Far southeast. The beast is nowhere near. That is not the worst news.
Okay. There's more.
Yes.
Let's Zakiti suggests we give the bad news, then the worst news based on our hypothesis.
Oh, fucking hell, Zakiti, which is which?
Yeah, this is an awful sandwich with an awful bun and an awful middle and awful garnishes.
Very well. Zagiti believes we may have identified the individual responsible for this.
It's like, I'm guessing it's flying up on that dragon.
That was the worst news. Zagiti is good, you're handling it well.
As well as possible, I guess.
The individual riding it is far more worrisome than... Zagiti is hesitant
And then
to
an
bring up
ancient dragon?
Dragons are motivated. They have goals to survive, to feed. They are beasts by nature, even though they are intelligent.
Well, not only that, but Captain, that thing is fucking powerful, just gesturing up to the sky as if to, mention the dragon, and
Yes.
it's riding it.
Which is... Seeing as how is it an ancient dragon, it did not raise it. Which means he somehow either dominated it or coerced it.
And either way, it's really fucking bad, Captain.
And this person is a known psychopath.
That is the worst part.
Yeah, that would
Dragons have motivations. This individual,
is insane.
presuming our evidence is correct, is someone who did this for the sake of destruction.
You can see this captain. He's completely in shock. He doesn't really have much to. He doesn't really have much to say. I mean, you get that his day was already pretty fucked just finding the being in this town like this and everything else that's gone on. After hearing all this, he is in complete shock at this point.
If it is not already apparent, Zagiti believes this information should remain very well guarded for the time being. At least kept to higher-ups, not civilian knowledge. If this individual prides itself on destruction and visibility, which is what he seems to have here, releasing the evidence could either placate him or encourage him. And that was before we learned about the dragon.
Yeah. I'm going to. Yeah. He's like stumbling over his words. He doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing. This is like way beyond the captain of the Silver Cut Guard, who normally just patrols roadways. He is way out of his depth, and you can see he's trying to figure out what he's going to do next.
This is a beat cop who just realized he has to fight Godzilla.
This is a state trooper who has just found out that the leader of Jonestown has a blue eyes white dragon.
Ooh.
Yes.
Zagiti inquires who would you report this to in the chain of command.
I have to go to Whitestone. He says I have to go to Whitestone. All of our dealings are reported to the captain of the Pale Guard there.
No, Captain, you need to stay here. Your job is here. I'll go to Whitestone.
We have history with Whitestone. We can spread the information, as well as we are aware of Whitestone's place in the last onslaught of... Oh, good lord. The third era has 2 essences of ancient dragons. That's almost more than Zagiti can fathom. Regardless, you're required here. You will need to keep your men... Well, Zagiti can almost assuredly tell you that no more destruction will happen within a few hundred miles.
I sure the hell hope not. I don't know how we're going to survive.
No, there's not enough of an
He says,
impact.
well, I if you guys are going to do this, then I at least better make it official.
Yes.
Let me write you a missive. It'll get you the captain of the Pale Guard and possibly beyond that, but we'll see what happens.
if it is not too much to ask, could you lend us some horses so we could traverse quicker?
He says, yeah, absolutely. I'll give you our best horses. We need you there.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Captain. It's very much appreciated.
Should we give him a physical description, or should we give that to the head guy?
Zagini looks at him. Do you wish to know the specifics?
He wants to know the specifics of the description that you would give him, Henry. Specifically, so if he sees anything that's suspiciously like that he can at least make some sort of action towards it.
Yeah, and I'll
So we'll get the description from him.
So I'm not going to give him the name just to be safe, but I will give the last physical description that I saw of Balin.
And I will give him the description of what little I have of the individual riding an ancient blue dragon.
Yeah, Zakiti, you would come up with like a long red and like you could tell probably like black pants of some sort. That was probably about all you would be able to see.
Better than nothing.
No, he's dark hair, dark eyes, human. Yeah, that's the most you could really get, really, I think.
I mean, every bit helps.
Yeah.
But once we get his missive, we will haul ass to Whitestone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think we should push a point of exhaustion to get there in a day.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm riding home with Whitestone with information about this shit. You guys think I'm stopping? You're crazy.
To Whitestone?
Oh.
The point of exhaustion, it's still going to take you exhaustion. It'll take you a day to get to Terse Fields, 2 more to get to Whitestone.
What if I made the horses go twice as fast?
If that's something you can do.
If I enchant the horses' bridles with one of my spells, specifically Expeditious Retreat, could the riders use it to double the speed of the animal? Here, I'll cast it just in case. This is taking the Artificer ability a little loose, but that's why I'm asking.
You know, it is a bonus action to cast. Range of self only.
Well, no, I would use the Artificer ability to enchant it into an object. There you go. Oops. Like,
actually be like a once per day kind of a spell.
Well, yeah, because I only
10
get 4
minutes.
spells.
Yeah, but and it's only for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Every bit. Like, Zakiti is, for the first time since you've known him, emotional. The emotion is concern. So he will do everything he can to speed this up, even if it's fruitless. Other than that, we ride.
Indeed.
Well, we are going to call it there as you guys make your Whitestone with some very interesting information.
Yep.
A little important.
Boys, I'm going home, and it's for a real shitty reason.
Mom, Came home to see you. Also, everything in the world that's bad just happened.
Yeah, because, like, blue dragons are the weakest of the dragons. I don't want to know what else this guy might be able to dominate.
Yeah, dominating a dragon, that's...
I mean,
on a scale
Okay.
of 1 to bad.
Okay. To be fair, you don't know if he dominated a dragon.
Well, let's put it this way.
oh, no, I use dominate
Working
in,
for
like...
somebody else? Or
Like,
you really don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna postulate a question here. Which of these two scenarios is worse? A man powerful enough to dominate a dragon, or a man that has sparked up a friendship with a dragon?
Both equally fucked.
Yeah, I also wasn't thinking of the spell. I was thinking of just, like, he was able to ride it willingly.
Although we can both admit, he's the happiest man in the world right there riding a dragon.
I hope he's happy. I don't want him to be upset.
not the kind of guy you would want to be angry, huh?
Or even sad. I don't want this guy wanting for a damn thing.
Here's my question. I don't know if him being happy or angry would be better or worse.
Exactly.
If he has a bad day, he might murder everybody. But if he's having a good day, he might murder everybody, or had murdered everybody.
I think it's first major story arc is starting.
Oh boy.
Oh,
That's a hell of a start.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're off to the races, guys.
I mean, you know, it's funny that at the beginning of this session, Sage was like, "So what is our main quest?" It's like, "Oh, we don't really have one." Q 2.5 hours later. Oh shit! Ask and thou shalt get fucked by.
Do we have a major quest? DM, give me a minute.
Like,
Yeah, hang on, let me just fuck your shit up. Alright, there we go.
Here you go. The Gordian knot of problems.
I mean, hot shit.
unfortunately, it's a different kind of knot. All right.
I'm excited for this.